this is a go-home show, and go-home shows traditionally aren't the best, but it is still SmackDown. I'm sure we're still going to have plenty of entertainment, and I am very, very excited for whatever is in store. Little bit of news, little bit of preview to go through. Of course, we're never going to be stuck for things to talk about. There's always things going on in the wacky world of wrestling, and there's one thing in particular that I think is very, very interesting that I'm not seeing lots of people talk about. So we are going to be talking about that as well. So yeah, I'm super excited, man. I'm super pumped for tonight. I hope everyone is well. Kieran says he's excited for Billy Kay. Liam says, how is it going? It's going all right, thank you. It's going all right. I got up a couple of hours ago, had something to eat, and we are good to go. Charlie says, is it me or is Ali underutilized? Why is he in Retribution? And why does he want Ricochet in the group? Hasn't he lost pretty much every week since he joined the main roster? Charlie, shout out to you. Retribution are just a dumpster fire. I think that's how you can answer that. I think for a since they began, really, there's been problems. I think there was a couple of really nice Retribution moments when they were invading. And I think you can only really do that once, though. Because, like, the next week, surely you're going to step up security. So the fact that they were able to keep getting in was a bit cringe, was a bit of a problem. Then the fact they got issued a contract was a bit cringe, was a bit of a problem. Then we found out their names and saw their masks. That was a bit cringe. That was a bit of a problem. So, and then, like, they've just been booked like jobbers, which is a bit of cringe and a bit of a problem. So it's hard to find the highlights. I think when they come to do a best of Retribution DVD, they're going to struggle to find more than, say, 2 minutes, 3 minutes of footage. There's just going to have to be like an hour-long intro. There'll have to be like an hour-long intro from Charlie Caruso. Just like Retribution made such an impact, so dominant. Like, I can speak from experience that we were all terrified backstage. You know, we would go week from week not knowing what they were going to do or where they were going to show up. So what I've done is I've interviewed a few stars, talking to them about how they felt at the time. Maybe they could pad it out that way. And then at the end, they'll just show like a couple of minutes of Retribution. And at no point will their names be mentioned. And it's probably best if they're not even shown. So, yeah, it is an absolute dumpster fire. Edge will probably pick Roman tonight. Yeah, Edge is starting the show. So Edge is opening the show. So Edge opens SmackDown. We've also got Ding Dong. Hello. We've got the talk show that is taking over the wrestling world. Bayley's talk show is going to be on the show tonight. She is speaking to massive guests. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. So, brilliant. Thanks for that world exclusive, Bayley. I mean, first week she got Bianca Belair. That's all right. And then she's got Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. So, do you know what I mean? It might be cool. Why doesn't Bayley interview celebrities? Like, if they want celebrities on the show, that would be a good way of doing it. And you could have Bayley, like, insulting the celebrities. That would be cool. Like, tonight we're going to see, I don't know, who's a celebrity these days. They can be on the show. I don't even know who a celebrity is. I can't name one celebrity anymore. I'm going to say Bad Bunny. You knew I was going to say Bad Bunny. He's the only celebrity I know now. I don't know any other celebrities. So, Bad Bunny. There we go. So, she's interviewing Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. And we've got a match that's been announced, which is very exciting for a wrestling show. So, Daniel Bryan, Kevin Owens, and Cesaro will be taking on Sami Zayn, Baron Corbin, and Jey Uso. So, we've got that as well. The Hacker is in the chat. We've got a Hacker in the chat. welcome. Welcome, everybody. Hackers and all. Liam says, Lewis versus Blades tomorrow. Yes, bombs are going to be thrown. I tell you what, man, that card. I've been doing a lot of research on that card, and it's like so many heavyweights on that card. If you are someone that likes heavyweight fighting, tomorrow is the night for you. We've got, I think it's number 2 versus number 4 in the heavyweight division of UFC. I think that's our main event. I think that's where they rank 2 and 4. But we've also got lots of prospects. We've got the former heavyweight champion in action as well, Arlovsky. Arlovsky is going to be competing against Aspinall, who is this great up-and-comer. He's like 27 years old, and he's got a really good record, and he's putting people away, and that's going to be a really tasty fight. But yeah, there's quite a few heavyweights on the card tomorrow. So if you're someone that likes the heavyweights, if you're someone that was always into like heavyweight boxing and, you know, the big guys, then tomorrow could be for you. So it looks good. Looks like it's going to be fun. So we've got that. And then, of course, on Sunday, my friends, Elimination Chamber. Elimination Chamber. So, yeah, we've got a busy weekend. Mini King 22, shout out to you, my friend. Hope you are well. RW saying Aspinall's going to be the next big thing. Lot of excitement around that guy. Lot of excitement. And actually, let me wait for her to read. Oh, is she reading it? Hang on. Has she read it? I don't even know if she's read it. Yeah, whilst we're talking about UFC, because we will move on from this, I want to show you something, right? I am so excited about this. So, at Christmas, I didn't really get that many gifts because I didn't really want anything. And, like, you would think that I would ask for loads of figures and stuff like this, but I much prefer to get figures from toy hunts. Like, just getting them at Christmas, that's awesome. That's how I always got them as a kid. But I really want to try and get them at toy hunts, do you know what I mean? I want to feel that excitement when I finally find it, and I want that to be on film, and I want to kind of share that on the channel and everything. So just having it at Christmas, I don't know, maybe I could have asked for some stuff and then filmed open it or in it or something, but I didn't. So anyway, I got a little bit of money from like family and a few little gifts from family as well. And I finally spent some of the Christmas money, and I bought something that I really wanted. And I don't know why I didn't get it sooner, but I did finally get it. And it's right here. And I'm really pleased that I've got it. And I can't wait to, like, crack it open. But look at this. Proper 12. Proper 12. Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor's whiskey. Proper 12 that you see advertised everywhere. They sell it in... This is not sponsored by this, by the way, right? Because I know some people will be sitting there going... Oh, is he being paid to say this? Is he sponsored? No. I have legit gone out and just bought this, right? I've gone out, I've bought this. They sell it now in Morrison's in the UK. So if you go to Morrison's, we've got a local Morrison's. It wasn't in there, but it's not very big. So we had to go to a different one that was bigger, and they had loads. So they've started selling it in our supermarkets now. It's only at Morrison's. And yeah, so I managed to get this today. I'm really, really excited. So... I'm looking forward to opening that. I've heard, just so you know, this is definitely not sponsored by this, right? I've heard mixed reviews. If this was sponsored, I'd be like, this is the greatest thing in the world. Guys, you need to buy 20 bottles, one for both of your eyes, and then give the rest to your family, right? So, but it's not sponsored. And I've seen mixed reviews. I think people that are really into whiskey are like, it's all right, there's better. But I think like the fact it's UFC and you see it advertised all the time for UFC, it's something that I really did want to try, and I'm really looking forward to like getting it open and giving it a go. It's a great name as well. It's branding wise, it's a proper 12. I can't say proper without going proper. So it's really cool. I'm really excited by that. So there we go. Nice bottle of whiskey I bought today. So, yeah, I had that there. I wanted to show you, because before we do move on, it's actually bigger than I thought. In some of the pictures, it looks like a smaller bottle. I don't know why. I was expecting it to be smaller, But actually having it, it's a little bit bigger than what I was expecting. So, yeah, I hope I like it. It's a decent-sized bottle. And I'm going to be stuck with something I don't like. I could use it as a cologne, couldn't I? If I don't like drinking it, I'll just be like... When I go out, when the clubs are finally open, yeah, they'll be like, oh, you smell gorgeous. Thank you. It's proper 12. There we go. Woo! I'll have guys licking my face. Not you, Austin. Not you. Yeah, I know. All of a sudden, Austin was like typing away. He went, oh! Right, anyway, that's strange. Let's move on to SmackDown. So, Edge is opening the show. We've got Bayley, and we spoke about that tag match as well. There's one piece of news that I read today that it's blown my mind, and no one seems to be talking about it, and I want to throw it out there because I don't know how many people have read this, but this has come from Dave Meltzer. It's been picked up on quite a few different news sources. I've seen it reported through 411. I've seen it reported through lots of different places. The news is Bo Dallas and Liv Morgan are living together on a farm. Right, now that has blown my mind. Did anyone know this? Is this old news? Is this like, has everyone known that Bo Dallas and Liv Morgan have been living together on a farm? I did not know that. I will hold my hands up. If this is something that everyone has known for years, I did not know this. I did not know this news. And I'm seeing, because apparently he's planning on going into real estate after wrestling. And she was as well. Reports came out that she was going to go into real estate, like selling properties and everything. Well, apparently, he's starting this real estate business and she's working as a part of it. And they're living together on a farm. I don't know if they're in a relationship. I have no idea. But I knew, says Isman. Yeah, I didn't know. Isman, fair play. But it seems there's a few that didn't know. There's people say, what? Huh? I didn't know that, says Clay. I didn't know that. See, Wrestling said it was public knowledge ages ago, but people just seem to have forgotten. I don't know. I don't know if I ever knew it. I don't feel that I ever did. I feel like I definitely would have meant, unless there was some crazy Men in Black moment where they've just shown us the thing and we've got like this and we've all just completely, I had no idea. I don't think I ever read that report. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what's happening. So, I swear, whenever I've seen pictures of her at home, with a wardrobe, it looks normal. It doesn't look like she's on a farm. I'm pretty sure if you live on a farm, doesn't, the whole house have to look like it's made out of wooden planks? Do you know what I mean? I'm sure by law, it has to look rustic. I think that's the word, isn't it? It all has to look wooden, and it has to look like you've made it yourself, your house, if you live on a farm. Because that's what I picture Brock Lesnar and Sable living in as well. And honestly, whenever I watch a cartoon, that's what the houses look like. Yeah, all wooden decking, wooden walls. Everything's made of wood. The bed's made of wood. The cereal bowl's made of wood. Everything's made of wood, right? But I swear, whenever I've seen her at home, she looks like she's in a normal house. So I've got suspicions here. But, yeah, the report was saying, where is Bo Dallas? And the answer was, he's on a farm with Liv Morgan. I was like, that is not the answer I was expecting. Where is Bo Dallas? I don't know. I mean, I don't know where Bo Dallas is. On a farm makes sense. But with Liv Morgan didn't make any sense. So there we go. Wild. I don't even care if everyone knew. And I don't. I've only just found out, so it's new to me. So here we are. Do you know what I mean? It's all new to me. Next, I'm going to find out that Andre and Hogan faced each other at WrestleMania. OMG, it's Reese. YT said, Days, dude, I'm in the Thunderdome. Well, you know the rules. You've got to get a replica belt and you've got to look moody. That's what you got to do in the Thunderdome. That's what a lot of people do. Just sit there. I think a lot of people, I don't know why, they get a replica belt. They sit there. Do they think that WWE is going to look at them and go, that person is so cool. That belt, it just really works for them. We should sign them. We should sign it. We should definitely sign him. Look how great that belt looks on his shoulder. And look how moody he is as well. Wow. That is our next world champion right there. Sign him up. I see so many people pretending like they're champs. And they've got the belt like this and they're like, proper moody. It's like, oh, smile, have fun. Do you know what I mean? Oh, you're on TV. Liv has finally let a Wyatt in. Oh, we're not going down that road. Oh my God. Woo! Unbelievable. Days, Liv and Bo or Rick and Lacey? How about Liv and Bo versus Alexa and The Fiend? He said what? Could be interesting, couldn't it? A farm match. A farm match. I don't know what one of them is, but I don't know what an exploding barbed wire match is either, so apparently we just make that an exploding farm match. An exploding farm match. Cows everywhere. Melissa. Days, what do you think if Aleister Black and Paige are Sister Abigail with The Fiend for Raw? What do you think of Aleister Black and Paige as Sister Abigail with The Fiend for Raw? What? So you want to bring Paige into the Funhouse and not Aleister Black, come on, he's got a promising future. I suppose you could bring Paige in. Do you know what I mean? She kind of fits that world, doesn't she? I think I saw her smile once. Michelle says, Days, do you expect The Fiend at the Chamber? I do. I do expect The Fiend at the Chamber. I think we spoke quite a bit about him just popping. I've not heard a voiceover woman. Where's the voiceover woman gone? Normally she, reads these out. Have I got to do everything round here? What's going on? This is meant to be like Fun Friday, not Hard Work Friday. So, I don't know where she's gone. I don't know where she's gone. Michelle, shout out to you. Do I expect The Fiend at the Chamber? I do, but then I've expected The Fiend for quite a while. I've been like, yeah, he'll come back at the Rumble. Oh, he's not here. Yeah, he'll come back on the night after the Rumble. Oh, he's not here. Well, the week after the Rumble. Oh, no, he hasn't arrived. So, yeah, I think the Chamber makes sense. I like the idea. I've said it before. I like the idea of him popping up in a pod. I think lights go out, come back on. He's inside a pod. Don't know how he got in there. I would tell you how he got in there, obviously. But I understand that they're on this supernatural trip at the moment. So, yeah, I can see them doing that. And plus also, I want the end of Elimination Chamber to be good and gripping and a proper back and forth match. I don't really want it to come down to Drew and Orton and The Fiend costs Orton and then that's it, the match ends. Do you know what I mean? I want the final part of that match to be a proper match, a proper back and forth. Who's going to win? And actually, who is in that match? If you take, I suppose it'd be Sheamus, wouldn't it? So Orton will be taken out in the pod. Orton will be beaten up. Well, I say will be, in my mind. He will be. So he gets attacked in the pod. He's then not part of the match. That builds us towards Orton and Fiend at WrestleMania, which is the rumor. And then the actual match comes down to Sheamus and Drew. They're the final two. Drew wins. Drew retains. Drew goes to WrestleMania. I suppose the big question is, does Miz cash in at that point? Does Miz cash in? Does Miz come running down after the Chamber match? After Drew has just managed to overcome Sheamus? Does Miz come down then? I don't know the answer to that. Because he absolutely could. And he absolutely might win. Because the latest WrestleMania news is... these aren't really spoilers. These are still rumors. But this is what's being reported. So we've got Edge versus Roman. Fiend versus Orton. Belair versus Banks. Bad Bunny in that match with Damian Priest against Miz and Morrison. Apparently they still don't know what to do with Drew. They haven't got an opponent for Drew. So I said a while ago, what if Miz cashes in and then Drew has to win it back? I could see that. Miz versus Drew for the WWE Championship. I could see that. The only thing is, it looks like Miz is going to have that match with Bad Bunny. So I don't think Miz is going to work 2 matches. So makes it tricky, doesn't it? Does make it tricky. And I think this is where they're still undecided who to pull the trigger on. I wonder if that's why they've been building Sheamus. Not sure. Plenty going on in the wacky world of WWE, but a very good question, Michelle. Shout out to you. Where is all of these super chats? So, Kyle says Bo is going to pull a Flair. Unbelievable. Oh, Michelle, have you fired that in a few times? I keep coming across it. I am missing super chats here. I've been waiting. I purposely ignore the super chats because I know she'll read them out, and she's not reading them out. So I don't understand. Where is Days? You are missing super chats. I know. Let me have a look and see. There's no reason as to why this shouldn't be working. I have got the alert all set up, and I'll get the blame for this. You know I will. You know I'm going to get the blame for this. People will be like, oh, it's your fault. And I'll be like, oh, I know. So apologies if I have missed them. If I could, I don't know if there's a way of going back to them. There's nothing displayed on screen. Days get drunk. We definitely don't want to be seeing that. Laurie says, I heard they were going to fire Drew as part of a gimmick. James Chadwick said Miz could do what Edge did to Cena at New Year's Resolution 2006. Vape Ross Vape says Liv has got a farming YouTube channel and Bo believes in lizard people. He was on Jericho's podcast. He is out there. Shirai has got a farm. E-I-E-I-O. Okay, I'm not sure about the Shirai bit, but I do remember him being on and talking about lizard people. So, you know, there's that. And then I didn't know Liv had got a farming channel. She's got a farming YouTube, where she like goes around planting crops and shearing sheep and stuff like this. Is she really? She's got a farming. Are you sure? She's got a farming channel. Are you sure she's not just playing like Animal Crossing or something like this? Because I didn't know this. Charlie said, Days, are you fighting Roman at Mania? No, it's you're getting me confused with Edge. And I do understand why, because we are both buff, fit, cutie pies. But no, it is Edge that seemingly is going to be facing Roman. Or do you think it wouldn't be a wise move for Roman? That match should wait until COVID is gone because it would be record attendances. Yeah, that's the problem. If I ever did step into the ring and face Roman Reigns, a lot of people would be desperate to see me whoop his backside, give him the whooping that he deserves. And I'd be the trifle chief. That's what I would be. I'm the trifle chief. I love a good trifle. Oh, the tribal chief versus the trifle thief. That's what I am. If you've got a trifle, I'm stealing it. Ooh, the tribal chief versus the trifle thief. I can see it now. It's big, it's marquee, and you definitely need the fans for that. Lauren said, I think you've turned the voice-over woman off. And you missed Jennifer's super chat. I apologize to Jennifer. It was certainly nothing malicious. I do not want those rumors going around. But I haven't turned her off. I mean, it is, honestly, it is if I had a superpower, turning women off would be it. But I am not responsible this time, right? I have not turned this woman off. But it is a speciality of mine. Where is she? I think she's just lazy. Come on. We've all been saying things about her. Yeah. We've all been having a little, having a little few words about her. And I think she's probably just found out. Oh, test super chat. Oh, I don't know. Should I press that button? What does that do? Has that done something? Jennifer, hello. I'm not missing this one. I'm not missing this one, Jennifer. Jennifer, did you just pop up when I pressed that button? What's going on? Jennifer says, Alves versus Sabatini is cancelled. Alves missed weight by 11.5 pounds. 3 other people missed weight, but their fights are still on. Wow, okay, thank you, Jennifer. There's 15 fights tomorrow on the UFC card. 15? Like, trying to research 30 fighters. I was, like, crying. Do you know what I mean? Like, the amount of tape that you have to watch going on to, like, Fight Pass and YouTube and reading up about people. There's people making their UFC debuts, and it's like, I don't watch Dana White's Contender Series because I never get chance or time. So there's a lot of people that come through there that I don't get chance to see. When it comes back, I am 1,000% looking to stream it and do watch-alongs for it because it's so hard. I mean, like, I'm having to research people that I should just watch them. When they're on Contender Series, I should just watch them. All right, there'll be pretty much no one that joins us for it because it's a small show. It's basically people trying to get into the UFC, but I need to watch it anyway. So if it comes back this year, and it should, later in the year, then I think we'll definitely stream it. Because, yeah, it's just madness trying to, do research for 30 fighters. So that's very interesting. Shout out to you, Jennifer Palmer. Hope you are well. Michelle said, Days, she's on a break. That's why. Is that what it is? She's just on a break. We were on a break. I love that. Michelle said, I can see Sheamus and Drew trading kicks. The Claymore versus the Brogue. The Claymore versus the Brogue. It's going to be wild. I tell you, I'm really going to miss this woman. Can I just publicly say, I forget her name, and that's probably not the best start. I think, was it Emma? I miss you. Can you come back, please? I miss you. Days, do you think The Miz will do what Rollins did at WrestleMania 31 and cash in at Mania on Drew? I don't know, to be honest. I think there's a chance of that happening, but I think there's a chance he does it at Elimination Chamber. I think there's a very good chance that WWE don't know what they're doing. Right, I know that's hard to believe, but I mean, like, they put it on Otis, and then they went, oh, no, don't like this. And then they put it on Miz, and now they're like, yeah, we didn't really think this through either. So I don't know what the plan is. I don't know that they've got a plan, but I feel confident that it could be at Elimination Chamber. Let's put it that way. Elimination Chamber or before. I don't know that they'll do it at WrestleMania. Dave has took Emma away from us, has he? Oh, that Lothario that we've got in the community. Dave in real life. Our real life Lothario. That's a big word, isn't it? So I think that's the first time I've ever used that word. Dave said, sorry, Days, Emma has finally come back home to me. The Rated R Superstar is on tonight, although it might not be as R-rated as the exploding barbed wire deathmatch. Ha ha ha! I just can't stop talking about it. Harley loves that. He loves the fact that there's an exploding barbed wire deathmatch. I mean, in all fairness, I do as well. Because, come on, we're all watching it, aren't we? It's kind of like the eye for an eye match. You kind of go, what? They're doing what? But of course you're going to tune in and watch it. That barbed wire had better explode. I don't know how they're going to do it, but it had better explode because that is what I've been promised. Exploding barbed wire. It's a world first. I even joked and said, like, there's even people in, like, the US Army that are, like, going to be tuning in, like, exploding barbed wire, you say? That could help us. That could help us in the future, this technological advancement that we've reached. Right, I need to make sure that I am tweeting out because I actually went the whole of Wednesday sitting here and I never actually sent a tweet out to let people know that we were live. But in all fairness, you should know by now. Yeah, I shouldn't have to do it. I can't do everything for everyone. I'm having to read out my own super chats now. The flip. Hayden said, hello, Days. How are you, my friend? I'm stressed. because someone's decided not to show up for work today. So I'm stressed. Lauren said, Joaquin sent in a super chat asking who will win Money in the Bank. Joaquin, shout out to you. Lauren, shout out to you as well. Thank you for letting me know that. Dude, you want me to tell you when WWE don't know? I mean, come on. Money in the Bank is like forever away. Like right now, WWE don't know who's facing Drew for the WWE title at WrestleMania. And WrestleMania, fun fact, is not far away. It's like, what, 50-something days now? So, Money in the Bank, no idea, mate. No idea. I mean, I can sit here and give you some names, but then it's not going to be an educated answer. It's just going to be a list of names. I mean, Nakamura, don't know. He had a little push. Cesaro, it's probably time. I mean, Cesaro with Money in the Bank, people would love that. They should have given Cesaro Money in the Bank years ago. He should have it now. Why has Cesaro not got it now? Don't understand. J and L Boys says, Days, I think Liv and Lana have got a YouTube channel. What? Lana farming now? Is Lana on a farm? Is everyone on a farm? Days, on the ad of Elimination Chamber, the song is Pop Goes the Weasel, so the Fiend must return. Austin says, Days, can you tell me when SmackDown starts? I don't feel like using my brain. Thank you. I don't need to do that. I've actually included a countdown clock for you. So at least something's working for me today. So there we go. Dave says, if Bianca doesn't beat Sasha at Mania, then she is my pick for Money in the Bank. Hayden says, Voice Lady, please come back. Days, need you to read Super Chat. I really do. I can't be expected. The whole reason why we brought her in was because I kept missing them. So she got brought in to ensure that I never missed them. And now, legit, I haven't turned her. I haven't done anything. She's just done one. I don't know. I don't remember her asking for today off. Honestly, I don't. She didn't put anything in the diary. Miro and Lana live on a farm. Do you all live on farms in America? What's going on? Have you all just upsticked and moved to farms since this pandemic hit? Have you all just left the cities and now you live in the middle bit that's kind of like, you know, lots of farmland? I don't know. I don't know what's happening. What is next for Seth? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think that he is the heel just below Roman. So I kind of feel like you go through Seth to get to Roman. So I could see him working with Big E at some point. I think Seth versus Big E, he'll get Big E ready for Roman. And then Big E will go on to Roman. But I don't think that's next. But it's like, really, whoever is going to go on to face Roman should go through Seth. So he's kind of like, Seth is Roman's voice lady. So, and he hasn't been turning up for work either. What? Amazing. Look how it's all connected. Look how it's all connected. Austin says, I think Daisy's on a farm too. Or maybe Triple T because he's got horses. I am in the countryside, in all fairness, so you are right. Even I've moved to a farm. Even I'm on a farm. It's just we don't do any farm work, and we haven't actually got a farm. But I am in the countryside, so. Shout out to Sapphire. Hope you are well. Dave in real life says they all live on William Hence's ranch. Oh, that'll be why they've all been tweeting help. Then, so that explains that. Wrestling Days fan said Seth should beat Roman for the belts. That should happen eventually. Yes, I agree. That should happen eventually. I mean, I'm amazed he didn't come back as a face, but seeing as he's come back as a heel and he's still carrying on with this greater good and all of that, then I think we're still going to carry on with him being a heel, and I think, and that's all right. I don't mind it at the moment because I think they've got potentially quite a few faces. You know, you've got Kevin Owens, you've got Daniel Bryan, you've got Cesaro, you've got Nakamura. Like, there's a few faces that you can do some stuff with. So having Roman and Seth as the heels, it's kind of good because they've both made it. They're both main eventers already, aren't they? They're, Hall of Famers. They're done. They're made. Everyone knows Roman. Everyone knows Seth. So they can now be used to build up some of the face talent and get some of the faces ready. So I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Harley said there's a rumor that says that Seth and Roman will start to unite either tonight, next week, or the week after that. And it'll be Seth and Roman versus Edge and Christian. I can see that. I can definitely see that. We were saying that Christian will have some more matches. And one of them is sure to be a tag match with Edge. You have to. It's by law. How could you not do an Edge and Christian match? And the best team would be against Seth and Roman. I mean, that is a dream. That is just a dream. Yeah, certainly if you're doing Edge and Roman at WrestleMania, then Seth and Roman versus Edge and Christian. Oh, I love that. If that is coming, sign me up. Kevin said, will you be watching New Japan Strong after SmackDown? I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. Is tonight the night that Moxley fights Kenta? Is that tonight? I don't know. How long is it? How long is New Japan Strong? Days, what's your favourite wrestler? Roman. I love what Roman's doing at the moment. I'm a big fan of Cesaro as well. Hey, do you know what? Corey Graves, on his podcast After the Bell, he was talking about Bruno Sammartino, and he was saying that there is a superstar that reminds him of Bruno, and I was expecting him to say Brock, but he said Cesaro. Now, straight away, I was ready to go, what? Huh? And like what are you on about? Like, Bruno, 11 years champion, like main evented all the time, big, strong guy. I know Cesaro is, but Cesaro doesn't have the size that Bruno had. Bruno is more like a Brock that is, do you know what I mean? A beast. So I struggled at first to see the comparison, but he explained it, and I read what he said, and it does make sense. So credit where it's due, right? Credit where it's due. It does make sense. He said that Bruno came as an immigrant from Europe, and, came from, like, hardship. He came from Italy, and he, came, amazingly, Bruno had to hide in the mountains when the Nazis were invading his town. Like, his Nazis were, invading where he lived, and his family had to run away, and they lived in the mountains for a while. Just wild. I mean, crazy. His mum had to risk her life trying to get food and everything. So they finally made it over to the US. I think Cesaro hasn't come from an easy upbringing. Nothing like that. But, I think he's come over as well to the US. And that both were not known for their promos. Both were foreigners, if you will. Both were incredibly talented in the ring. And what Corey was saying was that the one thing that Cesaro is missing is just that opportunity. If he had the opportunity to be champion, and he just went out and just, do you know what I mean? Had great match after great match after great match, like he does, but with the belt, he would soon win that mass support that Bruno had, because Bruno didn't used to speak people into the seats. Bruno was never a great promo. He just used to do it in the ring, and he was just the guy. People loved watching Bruno compete because he represented them. He was the guy, and he was saying that Cesaro could become that. I thought it was so interesting. I really liked it. I really liked it reading that. So I never listened to Corey Graves After the Bell. Nothing against Corey Graves. It's just not really something that I listen to. But I found that very interesting. So I might try and check his show out a little bit. Days, WWE needs to put a belt with Cesaro. I think people would love it. I think people would love to see Cesaro with a championship. Ideally, a big championship. Ideally, the WWE championship. I kind of feel like Cesaro is like Kofi, someone that's been around for a long time, someone that never really got that opportunity, someone that is very respected by the fans. And obviously we had Kofi Mania. I don't know if we get Cesaro Mania, but I could see it. I could definitely see it. Days, most of the matches in the rumored Mania card look predictable, except maybe Roman and Edge. What do you think? I don't mind predictable, if I'm being honest. I just want a really good, exciting card. I think if there can be some matches where you don't know which way they're going to go, then yeah, brilliant. That obviously will help. But I wouldn't necessarily change the card for that reason. I kind of think that Sasha versus Bianca is a match that has to happen. I just think that is a match, even though you might look at it and go, well, Bianca's going to win because, you know, they're really investing a lot in Bianca right now. Even if you think that, I still think you've got to do it. You've got to do Bianca Sasha. Two sassy ladies, strong, beautiful, inspirational. That match would mean so much. You've got to do it. You've got to do Sasha and Bianca. So I can't argue with that. People want Fiend Orton. People are desperate for Fiend Orton. So you've got to do that. Bad Bunny, no one's desperate for that. Edge Roman, I think makes sense. I and as you said, I think would be unpredictable. So I think Roman should retain. But yeah, I don't mind that match at all. Those are the only four they've announced, so I don't mind it. All right, Bad Bunny's gonna win. Fiend's gonna win. Belair's gonna win. Edge Roman. Edge will probably win, but I hope it's Roman. But I just think those matches make sense. I think we've had a lot of matches recently that you would look at and go, huh? Why is that at WrestleMania? I'm thinking like Kurt Angle's retirement against Baron Corbin. Do you know what I mean? Like, we've had a lot of matches like that. We've had a lot of matches that are really not WrestleMania quality. And say what you want about Bad Bunny, and we have. He's got a big following, so I understand why that's on the WrestleMania card. I don't like it. I'm completely against it. Everyone knows how I feel about celebrities in matches, right? But I understand it's a big deal. I understand why it's on the card. Belair Banks feels huge. Belair Banks could main event any B pay-per-view. Like, Belair versus Banks should main event Fastlane or something like that if they were going to do it on that show. But instead, they'll do it at Mania. And in fairness, it should main event one of the days. I would have Belair versus Banks be the main event of night 1 and then do Edge Roman as the main event of night 2. So Belair Banks is huge. Fiend versus Orton, as we said, is a big deal. Edge versus Roman is probably the biggest match at WrestleMania. So I completely get your point. Totally get your point. But I think there's a lot of excitement on that card. A lot of excitement. And I think there's other great matches you can add to it. Days, would you want to see Rollins versus Edge at Mania? No, I don't know how you would do that unless Seth won a belt unless he took the belt off Roman. Because obviously Edge has won the Rumble, so he can fight for a title. So definitely Rollins Edge at some point, but not at Mania. I saw Young Rock series premiere episode. It was awesome. James Chadwick very kindly sent me a link to it. I haven't watched it yet. I need to watch it. Thank you. Febin says, Days, do you think there is a chance that some of the diehards or hardcore fans who still watch the product will be peed off if Roman beats Edge and another cancel the network trend begins? Some would be upset. Some would be okay with it. I think a lot of people appreciate how great Roman has been doing since he come back as a heel. You know my thoughts on it. I feel that Big E is the one that should beat Roman. I think that Edge has come back. He's won the Rumble. I don't think Edge necessarily needs a title run. I mean, I don't know why he would carry the title. I suppose he could drop it to Seth or something like this, but I just think Roman's doing such great work at the moment. Why take it off him? Like, the ratings are pretty decent for SmackDown. Why rock the boat? Like, we're at 2.2 million for SmackDown, 1.7 for Raw, but 2.2 for SmackDown. That's all right. SmackDown is actually holding firm at the moment. It would suggest, and every week we say it's a great show. Now, I'm sure it would still be great if Edge was the champion, but you've kind of got to build and start again if you want to put the title on Big E. So, Big E is a future world champion. There's no denying that. And I kind of feel like when he wins it, I want it to feel big and special, like Kofi Mania. I want it to feel like that moment again. I think Big E deserves that. So I don't think that you're going to be able to get that unless you keep the belt on Roman for a long time, and Big E is the one that beats him. So yeah, there will be people that wouldn't like it. There's people that don't like pretty much everything in wrestling, and that's fine. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. So there'll be some people that want Edge, some people that want Roman. I don't know that it would spark a cancel the WWE network. I don't know if it would upset people to that level, but there would be people upset, a vast majority maybe even. So wouldn't stop me from doing it though. I would have Roman leave as the champ. I mean, even if it's not a clean finish, but to be honest, I'd want it to be a clean finish. I'm pretty tired of all these cheating finishes. We get them a lot now. NXT, you used to be able to watch that and just enjoy it for a clean finish. And I gotta tell you, man, clean finishes all on Vengeance Day. And the show was so much better for it. Nice, clean finishes at NXT TakeOver Vengeance Day. Really good. Really, really good. Wrestling Escape Pod Hacker, hello. Hope you are well. Wrestling Escape Pod Hacker says, prepare for the end. You have been warned. Thank you. Thank you for warning me. Super kind. Imagine if I hadn't have been warned and the end just came. That would have made me super sad. Wrestling Escape Pod Hacker. So I appreciate being warned. And in my mind as well, you've got that lovely soothing music in the background. Really nice, really soothing, just kind of like very tranquil. If you don't know, the Wrestling Escape Pod has got a hacker, but he's a really cool dude. He's a really nice guy. Do you know what I mean? So looking forward to the adventures of the Wrestling Escape Pod hacker. Dane Film said, so nice, really nice, good music. It makes more sense for Edge and Christian to fight Roman and Seth at Fastlane because it's the first pay-per-view on Peacock. They want a huge match for the tag match that is Mania worthy. Yes, that's a good shout, Harley. Very good shout. Shauna says, Days, if you could start a promotion, who would be your male, female, and tag teams? Well, look, the first two names that come to mind, Roman, Asuka. I think they're the two best in ring. Although I do think that you'd probably get more star power from a Becky. So, or you could do Seth Becky, but they might cop off in a cupboard or something when you need them. Do you know what I mean? So I'd probably play it safe and go Roman, Becky, because they're the two big stars. And I want my promotion to succeed. And I would have a word with Asuka and I'd be like, look, I'm bringing you in, baby girl. Don't you worry about it. Yeah, you're going to be my star. You're my star. Right? But I just need to get the eyes on the product first, okay? And I do think that Becky has kind of connected more with people than what Asuka has managed to achieve. But I would be bringing Asuka in eventually. Dare I say even at the beginning, but I would probably go Roman, Becky. Tag team? Oh, flip. I don't know. What tag team would I go for? God, tag team wrestling's a mess, innit? I can't think of any good tag teams right now. Love the Usos. New Day without Big E is not doing it for me. Young Bucks are all right. I don't mind the Bucks. Bucks can put on decent matches. FTR just seem to have gone very cold. I just don't get excited for their segments on AEW. So FTR doesn't really do it. MSK just won the Dusty Cup. I'd be interested in MSK. But that seems like a weird pick, doesn't it? Like, are we really at the point where the tag team that I'm going to pick to start a new promotion is a tag team I've only been watching for a few weeks? That's not good news, is it? That's not great for tag team wrestling. Street Profits are annoying AF. Dirty Dogs are all right. I mean, they're all right. But I wouldn't start a promotion with it. I'd probably go MSK. But I don't feel great about it. Or maybe the Bollywood Boys, and then I can tap into that lucrative Indian market. Apparently, India, like 20 million people watch Superstar Spectacle. How amazing is that? 20 million? There's only 1.5 million people that have got the WWE network. So how did 20 million watch it? Well, it's because it was on TV in India. And 20 million watched it. So, yeah. Expect every champion to be Indian very soon. So, Jinder is going to be the Raw Women's, SmackDown Women's, Women's Tag Team, Universal, WWE, United. He's going to have all the belts. He's going to be Jinder all the belts. And Bollywood Boy's going to have him. Indus Sher are going to have him as well. So I hope they do another of those specials. I thought it was so much fun. It didn't mean anything. Do you know what I mean? None of the matches meant anything. But the good thing about it was that there was new talent in each match. So you had a legend, but an established star from the main roster taking on someone you've never seen. And it was really interesting. It was really good. Really good. Really, really interesting. So I hope they do that again. Because I was down for it, man. I thought it was a good show. Tag teams come and go. Days, I wish the great Khali was at Super. He was. They did show a little video. Didn't he look like a Don? I seem to remember him sat there and he was talking. He had all these people behind him. It kind of looked like he was Tony Soprano. Are they, Nando? Let's have a look. Vengeance Day ratings are in, guys. Let's have a look. I've been waiting for these. I think he will say that the Gargano match was the best. Gargano Kushida, I think he'll say was the best. Let's have a look. Come on, Meltzy. What have you done? What have you scored, Meltzy? He has, you know. Well, there's 4. Where's the 5th one? Oh, yeah, called it. So, Dave Meltzer. Yeah, I mean, look, just really shows how great this show was. So, Io Shirai, Tony Storm, Mercedes Martinez, the giant Meltzer baby, gave that match 3.75. That feels all right. Maybe a touch high, but that feels all right. Shotzi and Ember versus Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai, 4 stars. It was a good match. A couple of moments I didn't like. 4 stars. Maybe a touch high. I'd probably say 3.75. Io, Tony Storm, Mercedes Martinez, maybe 3.25, something like that, 3.5. But he's gone higher than what I would have on those. Anyway, not too far out from what I would say, just a touch above. But yeah, okay, I can vibe with it. Next, we got Grizzled Young Veterans versus MSK. 4.5 stars. 4.5 stars? 4.5 stars? I mean, I feel like that's a touch high as well. Perhaps Dave Meltzer was a touch high. I don't know. Finn Balor versus Pete Dunne for the NXT Championship. I really like this match. I agree with these next 2 scores, but I think they should be the other way round. So he's gone Finn Balor, Pete Dunne, 4.5 stars. And he's given Kushida, Johnny Gargano, 4.75. It's all subjective, isn't it? And what I will say is I think these are high, a little bit high, but not by loads. I think they're fair. I think they do reflect the show. I think they do reflect the show. I think they're very fair scores. I would just probably go Johnny Kushida 4.5, Pete Dunne, Finn Balor 4.75. He's just gone the other way around. But just shows, doesn't it? Just shows 5 matches, and 4 of them are 4 stars or above. 2 of which being 4.5 stars, 1 being 4.75. The lowest rated match was the women's triple, and that got 3.75. So yeah, wow, there we go. I was interested to see what he scored it, and they are very, very interesting scores. Very interesting scores. Days, people complain about part-timers winning titles, yet they want Edge to beat Roman for the world title. I know why they want Edge. Your message went. I know why they want Edge. Where did it go? Oh, here we go. Over someone like Goldberg, but it's still weird for me. I don't mind the part-timer thing. That's not something that I've ever complained about, because I actually think, you know, WWE, I think they used to run, and I could be wrong about this, but I think they used to run a show in Madison Square Garden back in the day, like once a month. So wrestling was like, you know, your big show at Madison Square Garden was once a month, and that's when you would see the champion. He would go around, but he wouldn't be in your area every single week. And like, I kind of feel like back in the day, you know, even Bret Hart in the early 90s, I don't remember, like, there was only 4 pay-per-views in the year. Like, now there's a pay-per-view every month. And don't forget, I grew up in the early 90s, so I'm used to watching the champions defend the titles at the 4 big shows. And then you would get the occasional championship defense on Raw, but it would be once in a blue moon. It'd be very rare. Very rare. Like, if the title was being defended on the show, that was a huge week. Like, if you find out that Drew's defending the WWE Championship on Monday, you'd be like, oh, okay, right. But it might not feel like that big of a deal. Might not feel like a massive week, but in the early 90s it did. And whenever that title was defended, it was quite rare, and it was a big deal. So I don't mind these part-timers coming in, and like Brock coming in and defending the belt, like, very infrequently. I kind of feel like it, when they do defend it, it feels more special. I really don't mind it. And I feel that way about Brock as well. When Brock's on the show, it feels special. It feels like, I need to watch this week. Brock's on, so you know something's going to happen, because you don't get Brock every week. So when Brock's on the show, something's going to happen. And I like that. It makes me more excited for the show. Whereas if I see it week after week after week after week after week, it's diminishing returns. So I don't mind part-timers. I don't mind infrequent title defenses. They just need to be, I don't know, every 30 days. The title should be defended once a month. And that's it. I don't care if it's at a pay-per-view. I don't care. I think they could really come out and just say that rule and just bring a lot of clarity. They could really tidy it up. If they came out and went, right, the title will be defended once a month, 12 times a year, might be at pay-per-views, might not be. Could be on SmackDown, could be on Raw, could be on like the TV show that it connects to. And that's it. As long as they do that, that's it. No one can complain, can they? That's the rule. So, yeah, I don't mind it. I've never minded it. So I don't mind if Edge wins. I just think I'm thinking about Big E. For Big E's sake, I hope Roman wins. Ah, you stupid alarm! An hour? Look at that. Effortless. Effortless. We could have done another hour. 803 Domain 1 said, the thing with Edge is if it wasn't for him getting injured at Backlash, he would have worked all of 2020. So he's not even a part-timer. Fair point. Good point. Shout out to you. Very, very good comment. And talking of the Rated R superstar, here he comes. Hey, did we get an answer? Did anyone answer about New Japan Strong? I'm sorry, I missed it. On this day, I see clearly. Edge. Yeah, New Japan Strong is tonight the night that Moxley faces Kushida. I wish Ronda would have wrestled part-time. Do you know what? It doesn't work, does it? Ronda wanted to win over the fans, so she worked a full-time schedule, and the fans just hated on her anyway. So, there's no pleasing people. Okay, so, wow, look at this. Straight out. I'm so used to Roman taking half an hour to get to the ring. Look at this. 2 minutes. He's already talking. By this point, Roman's still on the entrance stage. By this point, he's slowly holding up the belt. But Edge is like, no, right, blah, 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 blah. Roman is making a smart play. Why is Edge? Has Edge always been this indecisive?
So I'm going to quit flapping my gums and start evaluating what I'm going to do this Sunday and choosing my main event opponent at WrestleMania, because this is the biggest decision of my career.
This is the biggest decision of my career. Roman! Bum, bum, bum. The big dog! The tribal chief! The head of the table! Paul Heyman's BFF. Jey Uso coming down. Heyman by his side. There's a lot of garnish with Roman, isn't there? It's all good. It's all good. Little Roman is Scooby. Jey is Scrappy. Paul Heyman is Thelma. Pyro going off. Ric Flair is Shaggy. And that makes the Universal Championship Scooby Snacks. I don't like Jey. Roman getting called out. Dun, dun. Only here for the comments. Shout out to you. New Japan Strong is on for 1 hour after SmackDown. Kenta Moxley is next week, says LSW. Well, we might watch it next week then. How about that? How about them apples? We might watch it next week. Do you that deal, yeah? Because this week, I need to do research. There's 15 fights this week for UFC. So they're just talking about Roman and Elimination Chamber, and he's got a little smirk on his face. Who will win Elimination Chamber? I have no idea, buddy. I think Drew is going to win the WWE Championship one. And I think I went for Daniel Bryan. I think Tommy went for Cesaro. Still need to find them predictions. I put them down somewhere and I've lost them. I might have to rewatch the Escape Pod. Right. There we go. Replica belt on the Thunderdome. The guy's got it on his lap. I feel like the Thunderdome has been wonderful for replica belt sales. It's like an unwritten rule, isn't it? Right, Roman stepping into the ring. KO is going to win, says Junior Simpson. J.R. Simpson. Roman holding up the Blue Universal. There is a lack of replica belts, actually. I'm just having a look at the front row. I'm not seeing that many this week. Oh, there, yeah, that guy has got one. Lots of thumbs down. Deep breath by Roman. Can't believe the disrespect is being shown. Paul Heyman hands him the microphone. Bows his head. There's a "you suck" chant that's being piped in. Boos. Roman goes to talk, drops the microphone. The boos come in. He acknowledges. He's so comfortable in the ring. You don't have 13 to choose from. Because there's only one? He says the one was a 4-time, should have been a 5-time. WrestleMania main event. Main event guy. Edge says, you didn't see fear last week when you looked into my eyes. I was playing you like a fiddle. This is good stuff, man. Edge says, I saw you lose your cool a couple of weeks ago. This is good. Who would win, Kushida or Moxley? Depends who's booking it. If it's in NXT, Kushida. If it's in AEW, Moxley. Days, Second Night Mania, April 11th, is 10 years till the day Edge relinquished and retired. Oh, is it? Oh. They'll probably play on that, won't they? Oh, flip. Is it really 10 years to the day? Don't do it, Roman! Don't do it! Walk away! Walk away, Roman! Edge says, do you really want me to focus on you? Roman should say no. No, I just found out that it's going to be 10 years since you lost the belt at WrestleMania. And I think you should go after Drew. Or Finn. Go after Finn. Sami Zayn is coming down. What we got going on here? Sammy. All right. Sammy's coming down saying, Edge, you think it's a foregone conclusion that you'll be facing Roman at WrestleMania? Sammy's doing some good work. Sammy said they didn't want me in the Elimination Chamber match, but I plowed my way in. Roman's not moving. Roman's just staring. Stony-faced at Edge. Oh, Sami Zayn says respect. Oh, I'm amazed that Jey Uso hasn't just took him out. He says, get a shot of me pointing at the WrestleMania sign. There it is. Jey Uso, super kicks. Sami Zayn. And Roman never stopped. Roman never acknowledged Sammy. Didn't need to. Gives the microphone back to Paul Heyman. Gives the Blue Universal to Paul Heyman. What's he doing? A magic trick. Nothing up the sleeves. Yeah, nothing up the sleeves. Where did that coin come from? Oh! He leans in. Is he having a smell? Is he saying a few words? He's going, is that proper 12? Ooh. He said a few words, but didn't catch what they were. He's turned into a mime artist now. You can catch him outside the venue if you actually go to Tropicana Fields. He's pretending that he's in a box like this. It's a hobby. Do you know what I mean? Took it up. Learned how to do it on YouTube. So we've got Roman and Edge on a collision course. The documentary, Sami Zayn's documentary filmmaker still documenting. And Roman just leant in and said a few words. Just walks away. There we go. As always, gripping, great opener. When you've got two fan favourites, two compelling superstars building towards what will be a very tasty match. What I would say is if Roman beats Edge at WrestleMania on the exact day that it is 10 years since Edge had to relinquish the belt, if he does that on that day, that makes him a bigger heel, doesn't it? That gets him even more heel heat. Right, we've got Ding Dong, hello. With Nia and Shayna. Heyman is looking at Roman like he's about to pounce and snog his face off. Power will do that. Big E. Big E making his way down. Okay, starting to move away from New Day stuff here. This is good. Think Big. He's got his t-shirt. Think Big t-shirt. Okay, Big E's going on to commentary. Who's taking on Shinsuke? R-Truth. Did he say R-Truth was taking on Shinsuke? Someone's facing Shinsuke. I didn't hear who is facing Shinsuke, but someone is. So we'll see when we come back. We are at commercial break. That's the first segment done. Fun. Good. Enjoyed it. Good. Liked it. Gripping as always. The show format just works. You open with a great gripping promo, set something up. You go back to Roman at some point during the show. Tell other stories in the other matches. Main event normally revolves around Jey Uso or Roman or something along those lines. It's just tried and tested and works, doesn't it? So, and let's not forget, this is a go-home. Like, this has got every right to be a car crash tonight. But so far, so good. Edge is way better than Roman, says Tony. Apollo. Oh, okay. Apollo. Right. Boom. Des, do you know what can happen if Brock Lesnar returns on Friday Night Smackdown? Do I know what can happen? Anything can happen. Anything can happen on SmackDown. But, of course, him and Roman and Paul Heyman standing in the middle going, not knowing what to do. They've got to do that. They've got to do that. That's money. That is money. Brock as a face. Brock as a face. Would that work? Brock Lesnar as a face. What if Roman, oh my God, what if Roman beats Edge at WrestleMania? Keeps going. So he beats Edge, wins, and then after, belt goes down, and he just starts beating up. And maybe Miz comes running down with the Money in the Bank briefcase, and it looks like a cash-in. And Roman, boom, down goes the Miz. So the Miz ain't cashing in. So the Miz is down outside the ring. Edge is down. Oh, and he's just laying it in like this, really going to town. Jey Uso kicking away. And then Brock's music hits. Bum, 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 bum. Blah, bum, bum, bum. And now, bum, 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 bum. Burn is on the entrance like this, and Roman stops, turns, looks, and there's the Beast incarnate. Ah, my God, what a moment! That would be fire. Sign me up, man. That would be fire. Imagine Paul Heyman's face at that point, turning around to see Brock about to make his way down. And straight away, you can tell the story, like, who does this dude think he is? Like, Paul Heyman was my manager, and now all of a sudden Roman comes along. He's what, now flavor of the month, is he? I don't know what's happened since I've been away, but people must have forgot. So along those, oh my God, that would be fire. That would be good. Deja Mike, is it deep? Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. I love it. I love it when it goes deep. Deep voice. Hello, ladies. Bit of Val Venus. What is? Should we just keep it? Let's just go, baby. I'm so tired of like this doing it. I don't know why it does it. I get a feeling, right? I got a feeling. Ooh, ooh. I've got a feeling that it's when I get like a bit closer or get a bit animated, get into something, the microphone just can't cope. The microphone just like has a mad moment or something. I don't know. Hell yeah! You've got an interesting voice. Thank you. I have been told that before. Yeah, look at this. My Brock voice. This is my Brock voice. Brock Lesnar. Bum, 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 bum. The mic always does this when we talk about Brock. Out of respect. That's why it does it. Out of respect. Say, let me in. Let me in. You're 10 minutes behind. I'm 10 years behind. You're 10 years behind on fashion. Here comes Shinsuke. Hang on. Right, should be back. That was our Brock segment right there. Very exciting. What's Big E doing? Big E's got his feet. Meal. He's got a little side. I don't know why they've got. I don't know if this is really going to get him over. I mean, it looks cool, but that sounds scary. Well, I am scary. A lot of people saying that. There's Apollo. He's scary as well. Ooh, did you see Kayla then? Kayla kind of came over and a little look at Apollo as he was like, Days, did Jay superkick Sammy? Because they're teaming up later. He did. I should imagine there'll be a bit of drama. I've got one of those tables, says List of Jericho. Days, for fans who watched when Edge was the top star and champ, and for him to come back and win the Rumble and be a step away from the title he never lost and lose it, will surely make fans angry. It would make some fans angry, yes. I don't think it would make all fans angry. I think there's a lot of support for what Roman is doing. And, yeah, I mean, there's definitely fans. There's Edge stans out there that would be upset, but all of the major stars have got stans that would be upset when they lose. So you got to do what's best for business. And honestly, I think keeping the belt on Roman is best for business. If Edge wins, I'm not going to be gutted or upset or anything like this. But I just think that long term, I think there's more stories to be told. I want to see Cesaro get his opportunity, and you can't really do that when Edge is the champion. I mean, I suppose you could do Cesaro Edge, but it's going to be tastier if it's Roman versus Cesaro, and Cesaro's a babyface. Maybe give him money in the bank, like we said earlier. Big E is definitely a face, and again, Big E Edge, it's a bit more appealing if it's Big E Roman. So I just think it's better if you keep it on Roman, but WWE will surely want to give you that WrestleMania moment, and there's no denying that Edge becoming champion is that. But I think what we just discussed is a way of you still getting a WrestleMania moment, even if Roman wins. So, I don't know. There's ways forward on both. There is ways forward on both. I just hope WWE sees that. Do you remember when... I can't remember what WrestleMania it was. Was it 34, where it was Brock Roman as the main event, and Brock won? Brock won. It was Brock versus Roman main event, and everyone was like, well, that means Roman's winning. But it was Brock that won. Was that 34? I'll have to have a look at that. It was one of them proper took everyone by surprise moments. WrestleMania 34. So it must be. Yeah. Brock Lesnar defeated Roman Reigns in 15 minutes. WrestleMania 34. I remember at the time everyone was like, well, that's Roman winning. Right, we go to commercial break. Just looking at 34 right now, because I really can't remember that card. The only match I remember is Kurt Angle and Ronda against Triple H and Steph. But we also had Seth versus Miz and Finn Balor, the IC triple threat. Charlotte Asuka, of course. She beat Asuka, ended the streak. Jinder Mahal beat Randy Orton, Bobby Roode, and Rusev for the US Championship. Poor Randy Orton being in that match. He's got Bobby Roode, Rusev, and Jinder Mahal in a match with him for the United States Championship. Look at him now. But that's what he was doing back at WrestleMania 34. Bludgeon Brothers. Won. I'm pleased about that. Harper and Rowan. How glad are you that they won that match now? Bludgeon Brothers getting a WrestleMania moment. They beat the Usos and they beat the New Day. The Bludgeon Brothers, Harper and Rowan. Brody Lee and Eric Redbeard. Undertaker beat Cena in 2 minutes 45. That was silly. Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon beat Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Nia Jax beat Alexa. I don't remember that. Nia Jax beat Alexa? Do not remember that happening. I have erased that from my memory. Nia Jax beat Alexa. AJ Styles beat Nakamura. I remember that. 20 minutes that went for, 20 minutes. Braun and Nicholas beat Cesaro and Sheamus. And then Brock beat Roman. So that was WrestleMania 34. Can't remember what I scored. WrestleMania 34. Off the top of my head, it wasn't brilliant, but it wasn't the worst either. It wasn't brilliant, wasn't the worst. I think it was 32 was awful. 31 upset me because Sting lost. 33 was the return of the Hardys. That was awesome. 35 was just... I think it's still going. I think 35, I remember being the longest show of my life. That was so long. 35, I swear they're still doing it. 36 was obviously pandemic. So I think 34 was pretty cool. Great stage with the mask. That was great. Great stage. Days, I think SpongeBob is going to face Patrick at Mania. Well, it's about time. It is about time. BBBY Yipsy said, how has the weather been in your area? Most of the US has been hit hard. Cold, ice, snow, and has shut down southern states. We're all right. yeah, not bad. I think we've gone through our cold snap, in all fairness. It has been moody here, but not that bad this past week. Not that bad at all. So, yeah, I think we're all right. Right, Nakamura down. Big E is still sat on his sofa. Big E says that Nakamura is someone that we're going to wish that we had appreciated more when his career is over. Talk about the world champion that he should be. This is good by Big E. Big E's doing a better job of putting over people than the commentators. Nice spine buster by Apollo. Shoulder up by Nakamura. So, he's tired of talking about Apollo. So, he was giving a bit of shine to Nakamura. And as I said, he's done a better job than what the commentators normally do. Lovely work by Nakamura. This is a nice little showcase, actually, for these two. Nakamura getting the win. Nakamura beating Apollo. Do you remember when Apollo was with Roman for that brief moment and we all got excited? I wish they'd followed through with that. Naka wins. Days, look at Seth's Twitter. What's happening? What's Seth saying? What is Seth saying? Oh, has he got Becky pregnant again? What is going on? Is he making moves on Kim Kardashian? Making moves, making moves, making $1 million moves, making moves, making moves, making $1 million body. I actually don't know if I can find it. There he is. To who it might be concerned, I am writing to formally express my severe disappointment and anger at the dishonorable actions of the SmackDown locker room and the treatment by this company in regards to my greatly anticipated return. At the behest of this very office, desperate for a true leader, I'm bored. I'm bored already. That's wordy. Someone tell me what it says. Scott Turner said, imagine a match between Finn and Tyson Kidd. That would be class. Apollo drives some steel steps into the back of Big E, clotheslines Nakamura over the barricade. So Big E is down. I just don't really need this feud, if I'm being honest. I think there's so many better feuds for Big E than Apollo. I appreciate them trying, but I think WWE have been trying with Apollo for a long time. Heel Apollo is definitely better. So, Big E is down. Apollo goes over, kicks him. Kicks him down, but then picks him up. Chucks him into the ring. There's some steel steps in there. Apollo telling the referee to stay back. Seth is complaining that people are not listening to his words. Oh, well, there we go. He's right to, because I certainly didn't. Right, Apollo going over to the steel steps. Big E rolling out of the ring, flops onto the floor. I don't even know what this is. It feels so disjointed. It's not like a brutal beatdown because he's just botching it all. No, he's just standing in the ring with steel steps above his head. Well, I mean, that's done nothing. I mean, how do I know that Big E was there? This is stupid. That was stupid. Now you can see him coming back from under the ring. Oh my God. So, oh my. That had the same impact as being flipping hit in the face with a leaf. That was rubbish. I don't know who in WWE came up with that idea, but straight away they should be fired. I don't care who they are. Why don't we get Apollo with some steel steps and he can throw them? We can show everyone that Big E is lying outside the ring, right? We'll let them know he's there. And then Apollo can like drop the steps. And then everyone will be like, oh my God, no, not on Big E. That's where Big E was lying. Oh, do they think we're stupid? Why do they think we're stupid? Why do we get treated like we're stupid? Is there anyone watching that really believed that Big E was still lying there when them steps landed? If there, come on. SmackDown stinks. Do you know what? It was all right. The opening was good. That match was fine. It's just whatever that rubbish was after. I mean, it took them forever to get to that point. Took them forever. I mean, like, he put him in the ring. He went out the ring. He kicked him down, but then decided to pick him back up. It was just like, he didn't seem to know what he wanted to do with Big E. And finally, he gets him into position. And then we get that. Come on, SmackDown. You're better than that. You're better than that, SmackDown. You're better than that. That's the kind of stuff they do on Raw. That was bad, says BOD. Lone Star Friend says garbage. Look, it was bad. But hopefully just a misstep. Hopefully just... Do you know what I mean? They're not gonna hit the target every time, are they? We've got to accept that. There's gonna be a few arrows that go astray, and that went astray. For a show that really pays attention to detail, you know, we've given them such praise for the Roman story and like Paul Heyman's mannerisms and just the way that it's so thought through. And the way that everything just seems to connect and matter and work. For them to kind of insult us that way is silly. It wasn't that bad. It sucked. It was bad as a bunny, says Tony. Days, can you get Alexa and Wesley for me? Well, I have no idea what you mean. Austin316 says, Days, you thought Mexican was a language, so maybe they thought they would get away with messing with your intelligence. Hey. I think you'll find they do speak Mexican in Mexico, yeah? Just like they speak Argentinian in Argentina, and they speak United States of American in the USA. So, joke's on you. He was literally still kind of under the ring. Monica says, I mean, it wasn't supposed to actually hit him. What do you mean? It wasn't really meant to hit him, but I mean, like, come on. There's better ways that you could have done it. Like, Big E could have been just slowly getting to his feet, and then, you know, he could have thrown it at him still. I'm pretty sure Big E could take that bump. I'm pretty sure that those steps coming into being actually thrown at him, I think he could deal with. I mean, we're seeing a replay of him being driven into him. So if you want to turn the risk factor up a little more, if you want to turn that impact dial up a little more, that's a way you could have done it. I want to see a camera right there. Not that shot. Oh, where's the camera? There's cameramen everywhere. Are you telling me you haven't got another shot? Are you telling me you don't have another shot? You're telling me that there was no cameras actually on Big E at that moment? No cameras. WWE, with their production value, There's no cameras on Big E at that point. Big E could have turned into a unicorn and flown away, and we would never have known or seen because there was no cameras on Big E. Rubbish. Rubbish. I don't know what's happening. There's flashing lights. I think it's the weekend. It's Seth. Seth Rollins making his way down. Right. Burn it down. What is that suit? What is he wearing? It looks like wallpaper from some kind of upper class strip bar. Right, Seth Rollins promo. Every single one of my friends walked away last week and betrayed me. He says, I want to see what happened last week again. He wants to see everyone walking away. Seth walking past the doctors, lol. Days, Wesley is on NXT. He is on NXT. He looks like Masvidal. Gamebred. Masvidal would murder Seth Rollins. Why is he shirtless under the jacket? He's bringing sexy back. He is bringing sexy back. Face turn. His role in the footage. He is. Seth has got that fashion sense. It's very powerful. It's a wonderful suit. And by wonderful, I mean awful. It's very much a statement piece. If you want to make a statement, then that is very much a suit you could wear. We've got Masvidal in UFC now at Liverpool. Now got it at Liverpool. Now we got it in WWE. And here we go. Look, as soon as he said that, everyone just left. Heartbreaking. Heartbreaking moment last week for Seth as he was abandoned by his brothers and sisters. So unfair. Seth is rocking Hugh Hefner vibes, says Butterspark. Is Apollo taking orders from the tribal chief? Well, I wish he would take some wrestling lessons. He keeps flipping losing. Days, if Bruce Buffer wore that, it would look cool because he is Bruce Buffer. It is true. I have no doubt that Bruce Buffer owns that suit. It might be Bruce Buffer's suit. Bruce Buffer is cooler than Seth Rollins. That is just facts. He's so nice as well. I saw an interview with Bruce Buffer because he was celebrating 25 years. He's such a nice bloke. Got a lot of respect for him. So we're seeing Daniel Bryan coming down and saving Cesaro. We'll be building towards Daniel and Seth. Would make sense. I do think that Daniel could go on to face Roman. Daisy's got no shirt because he's making a video for the escape pod. Excellent, boy. Excellent. A lot of nudity on the escape pod. It was popping. He's drafted a letter. A formal complaint. Mm-hmm. Legal action is pending. What's the legal action? Months went into planning the return. And it was ruined. It was ruined by a bunch of losers. Does he think this is good? In his mind, does he think this is working, do you think? Do you think he went away and, like, gave it all some thought and he was like, yeah, this is really good. This is really connecting. Because this is doing nothing for me. I'm zoning out. I'm not even listening to what he's saying. He's like, I'm suing WWE. They ruined my big moment. Everyone here are losers. The biggest loser, Daniel, is Cesaro. Cesaro is the biggest loser. Wasn't that a show about, like, losing weight? Wasn't that a show that, like, fat people went on to become thin people? And then the biggest loser was actually the winner. How about that? Didn't see that twist coming. So I think that means that Cesaro's a winner. It's not that bad. Do you think Seth might have a shot at the IC title? He could do. Why does Rollins have to bring Cesaro into this? Well, it's good for Cesaro in a way. If you think that all he's been doing is just lots of pointless tag work. I mean, honestly, even if you get the tag team championships, it doesn't mean all that much these days. So, him working a feud with Seth is... I can't be against that. Embrace the vision, guys. Don't know what the vision is. Don't know what he's on about. Embrace the vision. 6-man tag match coming up tonight, as we said. We're almost, we're 15 minutes away from the halfway point. I kind of feel like the show started really strong and then it's really lost me. It's really lost me. I'm kind of like, come on, we can get this. We've got Kevin Owens again wearing someone else's shirt. He's got a Bivens Enterprises shirt on. I do love the fact he keeps wearing other people's merch. I do love that. So here we go. Look, Kevin Owens, WWE shop. Must love that as well. He's very much a company guy now, Kevin Owens.
You know, of all people that wouldn't understand me, I think it is you. Right? Because the last year you probably spent it obsessing and focusing on making your comeback and trying to make the Royal Rumble happen, right? And just getting ready for it. So, yeah, it makes sense, you know, because for the last 2 months, it's been hell.
So we've got Kevin Owens talking to Edge. Kevin Owens says, I've come this close to winning the Universal title 3 times. Embrace the vision. Days, why do you think Adam Cole betrayed the Undisputed Era? Because he wants the title. I think he's tired of playing second fiddle. I think Kyle O'Reilly has started to emerge as a solo talent. I think Adam Cole probably didn't like it or appreciate it, and I think there's a few reasons. And also the ratings. Right, Big E is about to be loaded into an ambulance, guys. Because he hurt himself when he rolled under the ring and then had to roll back out again. I think he twisted his neck or something whilst he was doing that. So he's picked up an injury. And he's going into the ambulance. That Seth speech was filler that Raw uses to suck away 3 hours of our time. It does not belong on SmackDown. I agree. It was a whole lot of nothing. It was basically, Seth might as well have just come out and said, I want Cesaro. I came back, my return was ruined, and I think the person that disrespected me the most was Cesaro. I don't need this stupid letter and the whole roster being called losers and embrace the vision and all of this kind of stuff. It's just not working for me. It's not working. I didn't like the Monday Night Messiah, and this is very much just a continuation of that. So I think if you liked the Monday Night Messiah, you're probably on board with this. I think the Monday Night Messiah is the worst thing that Seth has done. And this is very much just a continuation. They can't call him the Monday Night Messiah because he's on a Friday now. So, I mean, we could start calling him the Friday Night Filler because that's very much what his segments are starting to feel like. But hopefully he's going to be building towards a match with Cesaro and a feud with Cesaro. And that certainly will not be Friday Night Filler. That should be Friday Night Fun. So I am very much looking forward to that. There's Seth's new song. Seth Rollins. Star. Star is coming to Disney Plus. I don't know exactly what that is, but there's an advert for it. And it looks like there's going to be lots of TV series and things that get added to Disney Plus now, which is good. Because I've got Disney Plus and I never watch it. Do you think Braun will enter into any of the two chambers? I don't know. It's a very good question. He said that he wanted an answer. He wanted a way in. He threatened Adam Pearce. So we'll have to see how that develops. But he's not booked for it. So I don't know. I don't know what Braun's going to do. Let me know. What do you think Braun's going to do? Creed says Cesaro versus Seth at Mania. That'd be good. The girl in the Pepsi commercial is hot. I've not got that commercial. I had a commercial for Star being added to Disney Plus. I've got a commercial for Elimination Chamber right now. But I didn't get a Pepsi commercial. So I'm just going to have to picture Linda McMahon selling Pepsi in a bikini. Why drink Coke when you can drink Pepsi? Thanks, Linda. Riot Squad versus Natalia and Tamina. Where is Billy Kay? That's exactly what this show needs right now. What is Ruby Riot doing? Right, Ruby. I'm not going to write all the names. Riot Squad. Riot Squad versus Tamina and Natalia. Here she is, look. Here she is. Old Liv Morgan had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm was Bo Dallas, E-I-E-I-O. With a sheep here and a cow there. Here a sheep, there a cow, everywhere a sheep, cow. Old Liv Morgan had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. Yay! Woo! That is going to be available on Apple downloads straight out following SmackDown. Old Liv Morgan in the corner. Going for a big strike on Natalia. Roll through, going for the pin. Old Liv Morgan. Oh. Duck underneath. Natalia grabbing the hair. Liv going over. Nice double drop kick. Billy's resume versus Jericho's list. 9us says, have you been watching any WandaVision? I haven't. I've got to watch it. It's on my to-do list. What I will say is every time a new episode comes out, I always see it trending. So I know there's a real buzz around it. So I do want to watch it. It seems very interesting. I was talking about a kid show. I was losing my mind about a kid show. I was like, there was a kid show, and it's like they played instruments and all of this. Billie Kay's coming down. She's wearing a "No One's Meaner Than Tamina" shirt. Anyway, the kid show I was thinking of was Yo Gabba Gabba, and apparently it was on WandaVision. What is she wearing? Look, she's got Natalia's ears. She's got a Tamina t-shirt. She's decided to side with Tamina and Natalia now. So she's turned her back on the Riot Squad. In fairness, they turned their back on her. Tamina, big strike to old Liv Morgan. Grabs Ruby, plants her down. 1, 2, 3. Yes, that is all down to Billie Kay. Tamina, Natalia, and there's Billie Kay running around. Yeah! Woo! Giving it some of this. Ow. No. Oh, the disrespect. The super kick, and down goes Billie. Unbelievable. She just can't get a break. Cannot get a break. Definitely helped them win. I don't know where they're going with Billie Kay. I don't think they know what to do with Billie Kay. The Daytona 500. Start your engines, let's go. There's Sasha. She really waves this flag with gusto. Proper goes for it. Look at her. It's like a lightsaber. She says, I haven't felt this much energy in forever. Sasha says it was an honor to be there. There we go. You can tell that Fox is heavily involved in this show. Is Corbin? Corbin as a GM makes sense. Corbin says this feels like the main event of WrestleMania. He's talking to Edge. SmackDown is my kingdom. Things have changed. He's better. It's so much better in a suit. So Baron Corbin looks so much better there in a suit. Really sharp suit. It was like, this is a $10,000 suit. This is a $39,000 timepiece. Honestly, it looked really good. Like, I could get on board with like a very respectful, respectable Baron Corbin. That's interesting. That's interesting. Lose the stupid crown and the stupid cape. Right? This isn't the early 90s. We don't have Mantar. So lose that. But him looking like really dapper, they've got something with that. I liked it. So, Ding Dong coming up next. Corbin is actually really funny in real life, says Sean. Please, God, I do not want Corbin as a GM. I think, though, that's better than King Corbin. I like King of the Ring, and I like the idea of, you know, there being a king. But if you think about kings now, I mean, like, if you think about Prince Charles, yeah, who's going to be king in the future, or Prince Philip, who's not really a king now, but, or the Queen, take the Queen, right? She doesn't walk around in a crown all the time, right? She doesn't walk around in, like, a cape all the time and a cloak and everything. Like, I kind of feel like we maybe don't need so much ward. We could turn the wardrobe down. Turn the wardrobe down. Yeah, give them a crown when they win it, right? And all of that, the coronation. But then after, have them just looking really sharp. That was good. I thought that was really nice. I thought there's something there for Corbin. That's it. I mean, I'm not going to go over the top. This isn't the greatest thing I've ever seen, but I'm just saying, there's something there. Days, what do you think will happen with tag titles at Mania? They'll get defended. There's 2 days, so they'll get defended, but I can't sit here and tell you some very exciting matches because there's no tag divisions. I mean, honestly, who are the Street Profits going to face? I don't know. Chad Gable and Otis? I don't know. Maybe the Usos get back together? That would be good. Street Profits versus Usos? I'd sign up for that. I'd definitely sign up for that. So, hopefully, if Jimmy can come back, I'll take that. And then on Raw, we've got the Dirty Dogs, haven't we? Flip. Who are they going to face? Vince and Shane. There we go. Vince McMahon, Shane McMahon. Days, most episodes are 20, 30 minutes. The last 3 episodes are going to be an hour. Shout out to you, Sonny. I think they should let Miz have the choice of cashing in on Corbin and taking his crown and then have him do it and win the crown. I mean, like, the crown is just nowhere near the same as a belt, is it? It's just nowhere near the same. No one competes for the crown. The crown's never defended or anything, is it? So, Ding Dong, hello, with Bailey. Here we go. She opens the door. Through she steps. Love that. Oh, the plant's gone. The plant's gone. Welcome. I love her glasses. I love her turtleneck as well. She's got like a sexy turtleneck. It's got a little cutout here. Doorbell goes. There they are. Look. Stepping through. They try to go through the door at the same time. Hilarious. Come on, you can get through a door, girls. Right, there we go. Nia and Shayna. One stall that Shayna takes. Bailey says, I know how taxing it is for you guys to be on all 3 brands. Bailey says, I finally got rid of Sasha Banks, so I should be thanking you. There's a rumor I might be taking Ellen's job. I think that Corbin is overpaid for both the suit and the watch. Days is the guy who gets kidnapped and says, wow, you picked me. Do you want to be a friend? I'm looking for a keyhole, says Berta Spark. Surely that's done now. Do you think there will be a reference? There was a reference on Wednesday, but they did it very well. Reginald is coming down. Reginald, I don't get him. Reginald's coming down in a Carmella shirt, but he's like, I can't allow you to slander the good name of Sasha Banks. He's sticking up for Sasha. Bailey said, if you're going to interrupt the show, can you use the door? But instead he picks the plant up and she's like, all right, that's fine. Thank you. Jill. How do you have a low-cut polo neck jumper? It's wild. It's a great outfit that Bailey's wearing. Turtleneck. And lovely shades that she's got as well. Glasses. They're not really shades, are they? Sasha Banks. The boss of the flag-waving community. It's boss time! It's all going to kick off. Daze, is this a Raw takeover? I don't know. There has been some Raw elements, hasn't there, on this show? Bailey screaming, use the door. Don't ever speak for me. Is he a simp? Is that what he is? Is he a simp? Has Reginald become a simp for Sasha? What's going on? Right, here comes Bianca. Bailey is getting very upset because no one is using the door. Dun-dun-dun-bum. Here comes Belair. Shania. Okay, Belair. Go! Me winning the Royal Rumble says that the EST is the star of this division. I do enjoy that every single week. Go! That is a good catchphrase. Is he simping after everyone? Who is this dude? Might as well start calling him Simpinold. Hang on. So he's put himself in a match now. So it's going to be Sasha, Bianca, and Reginald versus Nia, Shayna, and Bailey. Okay. Wow. All right. Here we go. Here we are. Right. Halftime scores. He's a ladies' man. He's a simp. He's a simp. Why? He hasn't come down simping after Nia and Shayna, has he? Simpinold. That's all he is. He's found a way to get himself in a match. He's found a way to be on the same team as Sasha and Bianca. You got to respect it. You got to respect it. He's some dude that just works at WWE and now he's in a match. He's in a match with 5 women. He's booked himself into a match with 5 women. He's a pervert. Why is no one stopping this guy? Ladies, man. Days, I want Maki Ito to tag Reginald on Twitter and say, hey, simp. We should all tag Reginald on Twitter saying, hey, simp. Rev O says, who let Raw Creative onto SmackDown? Dude, you're not the first to say that. It has gone a bit Raw-alicious tonight, hasn't it? Look, it's a go home. Yeah, let's not lose confidence. SmackDown has been on fire recently. It's just a little bit raw this week. 6, 6.7, 8, 6, 5, 7, 4, 7, 6, 2, 5, 5, 6, 10, 4, 5, 5.5, 6, 5, 3, abysmal, says Liam. 7, 7.5, 6.5, 10 out of 10 just because of that. 6.9, 6 Simpinolds out of 10, says Cheeseman Wrestling. Such a Simpinold. 6, 7.25, 6.5. It's not bad, but it's not great. I kind of agree with that. I mean, look, this isn't like a horrific show. I think the most offensive moment for me was what Apollo did with the ring steps. But, whatever. 9, 6.5, 3, 98.5, 5, 7, 6, 6, 6, 6, 5, 7, 2. He's living the dream, says Mark. 6 for laughs. 2 out of 3 holes. Why does Reginald keep fighting girls? Because he's a simp. 7, 6.25. 10 out of 10. 6 out of 17. 6 out of 10. 8 simps out of 8. 1, 7.5. 9.5 because of no hole. Wow. Simpinald's definitely looking for the holes. Austin says 6. Sunny Wolf says 6. Is Reginald secretly a woman? I don't think so. But I think if there was a way that he could disguise himself as a woman so that he could simp inside the ladies' locker rooms, I think he would. He's a bigger pervert than Austin 316. 6 out of 10 says Austin. Shout out to you, my friend. Scott says 6. Jitin says 8. Dave in real life says 4.5. Ding dongs. 4 out of 10. 8, 10, 8, 5, 8. Dave, Sasha or Belair? Belair. 7, 6.25, 5, 8.5, 8, 7. Yeah. Clay Harrison says lol. Ding dong hole. Right, we are underway, guys. Unbelievably, we have got a match, a tag match, a 6-person tag match for no reason other than the fact Reginald wanted it. Reginald wanted it. Reginald. Simp in old. Nia. Shayna. Reginald seems a bit smitten. A bit smitten. Reginald has got a wife and kid. Reginald's child is a girl. It's a daughter. He probably insisted upon it. He flips it. Look at this. He flips in. He's like, did you like that, ladies? Hey? High five, ladies. Yeah? I swear to God, we all know that Reginald has got, like, stan accounts for every single woman on this roster. That's all he does backstage. He just runs, like, he's got 20 stan accounts. One for Bayley, one for Alexa, one for Sasha, one for Bianca. None for Nia. Bayley is having to wrestle in her socks. So, Bayley wrestling in socks. Shayna working on the leg of Sasha. You spelled Bianca wrong. Oh, I have. Bianch. Bianch. Shut your mouth, Bianch. Could be a new PG insult. Bianch. Nia nearly tripped on that middle rope. Nia picks up Sasha, slams her down. Bayley is fashionable. High fashion. Everyone's going to be wearing that next year. Days, would you ever like a Legends only chamber match? It depends who the Legends are. I mean, yeah, I think that would be fun. A Legends only pay-per-view would be nice. Like just a special one. Not really to replace one. Just like an extra, like we got with Superstar Spectacle. Just like maybe a network special kind of a thing. Just something that's just full of legends. It is what it is. I think that'd be great. Reginald is in with Nia. This guy's hand's right by her boobs. What's he doing? Reginald is in there with Nia. The two lock up, collar and elbow. You've got to be kidding yourself. Wide boy? Did she call him wide boy? He charges in. She knocks him down. He tries to take it. He's looking for a drop toe takedown. It's not gone well at all. Into the corner goes Reg. Can I just ask, where is the women's champion and the Royal Rumble winner? Where have they gone? The current women's champion and the Royal Rumble winner have just disappeared, leaving Reginald on his own. Leg drop. That's got to be agonizing for Nia's tailbone. There they are. Banks and Bianca pull down Shayna. Reginald. Simpinald. Just threw himself into Nia's arms. This is his dream. He's living his dream. Simpinald wins! Simpinald wins! Yay! Simpinald! Simpinald! Well done, Simpinald. Surely this is a DQ, says Leech96. It's a mess. That's what it is. But the end result is Simpinald has pinned Nia. Nia has just lost to a Simp Arlier. A Simp Arlier? Well, there we go. We've got Sasha, Bianca celebrate. It's the greatest day of his life. Look, he's trying to high-five them, and they're like, no. No. You're a freak. Right, we're backstage with Kayla. Reggie wins. I'm so happy. He has betrayed Carmella. Right, she's talking to Cesaro. So Cesaro said, I was out there respecting Seth. I've known Seth for years. We all know his accomplishments. He came back as the same smug SOB that left. I'll get even on him. I need to keep my momentum going. Yep. 6-man tag and then winning the Elimination Chamber. Here's Edge. Edge says, I don't know what's got into you lately, but I dig it.
Don't worry, I won't forget. And hey, I even know what's next after my win at the Elimination Chamber. I'll see you in the main event of WrestleMania.
I'll see you at the main event of WrestleMania. Oh. Very confident Cesaro indeed. Right, Rey Mysterio is coming out now. Booyaka, booyaka! 619. Switzerland versus Canada. It's a big feud. Those two very famous hostile nations. Right, Rey. Is it a tag match? Rey and Dominic Mysterio? Oh, Alpha Academy. Not really feeling that either, if I'm being honest. Alpha Academy doesn't quite do it for me. What about Fastlane? It's a show that's coming up. Cesaro versus Edge. I'm down for that. Days, Reginald is doing this because Carmella is injured. Days, it sucks there's no women's chamber matches. That's a good point, by the way, Clay Harrison. And I agree, James, as well. Are we going to see Corbin? We've seen him. I don't know if we're going to see him in a match. Yeah, no, he is. He's in the main event, isn't he, tonight? It's a 6-man main event tonight that's got everyone in that will be in Elimination Chamber. Harley said people are giving this scores a little bit too low, in my opinion. I think it's been about a 6.75. The Seth segment was okay. He let his intentions clear with Cesaro. Match has been fine. Opening was phenomenal. I think 6.75 is fair. Yeah. I'm not sure that the chat's been a million miles from that. I kind of feel like there was a lot of 6s. I felt like the halftime score was about a 6. If you're at 6.75, it's not a million miles away. I kind of feel we're all... I think this is I have to say, below average for SmackDown. But in fairness, a SmackDown average is like high 7s. So I think if we're in like the mid 6s, high 6s, I think that's very fair. Very fair. So, yeah. Not the usual standard, but this is not as bad as what Raw is. So, do you know what I mean? We're still above Raw here. Let's be clear about that. I mean, I am still looking. I'm looking at the clock right now. We've only got 40 minutes left. And you know that at least half of that, if not more, will be taken up with the main event. So, I don't know, man. It's not bad. It's just nowhere near the quality that we normally get. So many simps. Everywhere. A Legends only Rumble for a place in the Hall of Fame. So you win entry into the Hall of Fame. How do I feel about that? I think if everyone that was in it deserved it, maybe you throw one person in there that really doesn't deserve to go into the Hall of Fame. Who would that be? Who would that be? You just throw one in as an absolute curveball. That might be all right. That might be interesting. But they would have to all deserve to go in. I don't know. I kind of feel like if you win your way in, does it... When you go into the Hall of Fame, you're being honoured, aren't you? It's kind of like the company saying, you deserve this. You've earned this. This is something that you deserve. So if you win it, it's not going to feel like you've earned it because you won it. I don't know about that. That's really strange. Winning your place into the Hall of Fame, I don't know. If they said that everyone in it was future Hall of Famers, this is to decide who goes in this year. Everyone here is guaranteed future Hall of Famers, right? But who goes in this year? I don't know. I can't get it to work in my head, if I'm being honest. I can't get it to work. I do like the idea, though. It's certainly an interesting one to throw around. What about a load of Hall of Famers competing for the next statue? How about that? So everyone's already in the Hall of Fame, but the winner gets a statue made of them because the statue is like the next level above, isn't it? That could be interesting. And then Coco Beware wins. Coco Beware. Donald Trump wins. And then they have to make a statue of him. Ah. No politics, please. Michelle, shout out to you. Days Seth is like a tweeter, not a heel. A tweener, do you mean? Like, he's not a face or a bad guy. I don't know. He did call everyone losers. I'm not sure. I think he is an outright heel. I don't think he's really apologized for removing Ray's eye. So, and all of that yet, you know. Alpha Academy, if they're going to be a proper tag team, I can get on board. And they're actually wearing matching ring attire now, or like the same design. One's in white with motifs down the side. Otis is in like burgundy, I think. Seated sent on by Ray. But with the same motifs. So it's compatible ring attire. It looks better for it. I wonder what Tucker's thinking. Looking at this. His former tag partner teaming with Chad Gable. Alpha Academy. Hey, could you imagine if Jason Jordan came back and joined them? Imagine that. Jordan, Gable, and Otis. I don't know what the result is. Is it a DQ because of them? Okay, I think Alpha Academy have won, and I think we're looking at an Otis heel turn. Michelle, Romania should go to next. He keeps losing. Do you mean Roman? Roman should go to NXT. Roman should go to NXT. Roman doesn't lose. Oh yeah. Otis, heel turn. Who is the lady ref? Is it Jessica? I think it might be Jessica Carr, is it? Otis, you're a heel. Otis going heel. Yeah. Well, yeah, he's just beating up Ray for no reason after. Ray's injured. Can't defend himself. Otis has just splashed him. That's a heel. He's heel. Michael Cole says this is completely out of character for Otis. Days, what if King of the Ring gives you an opportunity for the championship in the next pay-per-view? Love it. Yeah. I love King of the Ring. I think it's a great tournament. I don't even mind the crown and the coronation. Just maybe let's not wear it all the time after. And I think, yeah, you should absolutely get a title opportunity. And I also think everyone should be in it. Everyone should be in it. It should be a massive 3-brand, everyone involved, month-long tournament. It'd be awesome. Talking of awesome, look at this. Edge and Daniel Bryan. Yeah, this match. If I become Universal Champ, how about you choose me? Edge, Daniel, Bryan. Long overdue dream match. That is a dream match. We've got to get that match. They've got to give us that match. They've got to give us that match. Daniel Bryan versus Edge. When did Edge go? Was it 27 or 28? I can't remember. I think it was 27, wasn't it? WrestleMania 27? Well, if it was 10 years ago, then it would be, wouldn't it? So, would it? I can't remember. 27 or 28. Either way. If you think, like, Daniel Bryan was kind of around, but only for, like, it was a year or so. I don't know that they ever faced each other. Like, Daniel certainly wasn't, making the waves that he would go on to make. I mean, it was WrestleMania 30 that was Yes-Mania. That was well after Edge had gone. So Daniel's rise and his real popularity, his crowning moment, WrestleMania 30. We've got to get that match. We've got to get... Edge missed it all. He wasn't here for any of that stuff. So, yeah, we've got to get that match. That would be awesome. Michelle says Roman needs to go to NXT. I don't know, man. I'm going to struggle to agree with that. Roman never loses. I mean, he keeps cheating his way to victories and whatever, but he does keep getting those dubs. And he is the biggest star that they've got as well. He's a big star. So him going to NXT, I mean, it would certainly help their ratings, I can tell you that. Otis is a bad guy. He's a bad guy. Edge and D. Bryan just missed each other in terms of timing. Jim Gore, hope you are well. Edge Daniel can happen with or without the title. Absolutely. Bella Twins didn't deserve Hall of Fame, says BBB Yipsy. Days, you should shave your beard, but leave the moustache. Vape Ross Vape, shout out to you, says, help Days, Edge is at my window offering advice. Well, close the blind. That's what I would do. Close the blind, turn the lights off, pretend you're not in. Either that or have a chat with him. Edge matches that need to happen, otherwise I'll jump out of my window, are Bryan, Seth, AJ, Roman, and maybe Drew. There's more obvious, but those 5 need to happen, says Harley. J&L Boys says, do you watch Family Guy? Not that much, if I'm being honest. I really got into, like, the first season, second season, maybe third season, but that was about it. There was a real buzz about it. I remember it got cancelled when it first came out, and it was the DVD sales that kind of showed there was an audience for it, so they brought it back. But that kind of, it had a bit of an underground kind of a, the show had been cancelled. So people watched it and they were like, man, this is so good. I can't believe they cancelled this. But then as it carried on, and I don't know if it became repetitive or what it was, but I just didn't find it. I didn't find it as good. It's all right. I preferred the Cleveland show. I loved the Cleveland show. I thought that was better. So I did enjoy the Cleveland show. South Park I've always enjoyed when I've watched it, but there's tons of that I've never seen. I think Simpsons is still the king. That's Reginald's favourite cartoon. Michelle says, Days, I think Apollo is going to join the Bloodline. Nico Guy says, I've got hope that Jason Jordan will return one day. I think Jason Jordan's got that hope as well. Here's Owens, Daniel, Cesaro. Kevin never turns on his partners. Daniel's like, I should have made a list. Nice. Little reference to Jericho there. So he's talking about the Festival of Friendship when he turned on Jericho. So Daniel's like, oh, there's a big name I'm forgetting. I should have made a list. It's good, isn't it? You haven't got to worry about a stunner tonight, boys. But Sunday you should. Cesaro's like, well, at least he's honest. Hey, there's Carmella. Where's Reginald? There's Reginald! Ah! Yeah, I'm just. What took you so long? I had to make sure it's the perfect serving temperature. We're going to play games, are we, Reginald? Simpinold.
Do you really think I did not just see you out there just now? Seriously?
No. It was not how it looked.
It's not how it looks. It's not how it looks, Carmella. Just trying to get some extra pictures for my scrapbooks.
Relax. I'm not mad.
She's not mad. She understands.
I know you're gonna do the right thing.
I know. Did that wine just splash as she got up?
Because if you don't, well, let's just hope it doesn't get to that. What is this? This is what you're serving me now. Are you serious?
Oh,
This
she
is what you're serving me. This is disgusting.
throws it.
Another glass.
Throws it in his face. This is what you're serving me now. I bet that was the 74. I bet that was the 74. He's gone and given her the 74 Shatter Briand Pinot Noir Charlie Chaplin exclusive. Everyone knows the 74 is the worst year for that wine. The worst year. He doesn't know what he's doing. I think she's got him from Craigslist. He hasn't got a clue. Unbelievable. Everyone knows it's the 73 that you've got to serve, not the 74. The 74 is very, very bitter. Very bitter. It's basically the Ryback of the wine lineup, right? It's very bitter. You've got to go with the 73. So, Simpinold, if you are watching, little tip for you there, my friend, my little simp friend. Right, we've got some wrestlers making their way down to the ring, and I can tell you these are big names. Big names. Names like Sammy, Jay, Kevin, all making their way down. Who's in this match? It is Sammy. It is Jay. It is Corbin. Daniel, Cesaro, and Owens. It is our main event. They just announced that Nia and Shayna versus Banks and Belair for Elimination Chamber. Not sure about that. I suppose it gets them on the show. Maybe they'll just attack each other. I can't see Banks and Belair winning that. On this day, Edge is coming down because, do you know what I mean? He's got to. He's been all over this show, hasn't he? He's going to be on commentary for this one. My lady fell on Texas ice today and yelled, "My hole. She is my soulmate." Says, "Help me, I need Dr. B." Not another tag match. Well, this one was announced, in all fairness. Can I just say the Women's Tag Championship match looks like it could be great. Is it not a bit predictable, though, in the sense of I can't see them two becoming the champs? Because they're surely going to be facing each other at WrestleMania, so I can't see them having the belts. I would much rather, if I'm being honest, that they did the Nia Shayna versus Dakota Raquel match, because of course those two have just won the Dusty Classic, so they get a title opportunity and they're an actual team. So I'd much rather they got that spotlight. I mean, it'll be an alright match, but I am expecting there to be miscommunication. Let's put it that way. I think Nia and Shayna are going to win that one with miscommunication. Edge is so cool. Kofi versus Bryan was predictable, and that was great. Well, yeah, we said earlier that the predictable stuff, I mean, even Sasha against Bianca at WrestleMania, I think could be predictable. I think a lot of us would expect Bianca to win that. But it's still the right thing to do. And so, yeah, I don't disagree. This could still be a good match. I'd still expect it to be a good match. I would just personally go with Raquel and Dakota. Nia Jax is a BBW. I don't know what that is. Dakota and Shayna. The Arby's commercial is weird, says Capsman. Days, you should acknowledge that Corbin is in the main event. I did, didn't I? I've written him. Written him down. Old Corbs. King Corbs. Fightful have reported that the women's tag match would replace the Raw women's. Oh, so Asuka's not going to face a mystery person. Oh. So they've got their... Oh. That sucks. So that they had a potential there to give us a surprise or give us something. Give us, like, Becky coming back or... But clearly the plan was for them to do Asuka versus Lacey. I wonder if Asuka's dodged a bullet. Do you think they were going to put the belt on Lacey, but now obviously they're not? So Asuka gets to keep it. My God. Ric Flair, you legend. Maybe Ric Flair's an Asuka fan and he's done it so that Asuka can keep the belt. He's an Asuka stan. He might run like his own little Asuka account. What a goat. He really is the goat. Ric Flair is such a goat. Just honestly, he operates at a different level, making goat moves. Apparently that match that Naomi and Lana won. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I forgot. You're right. It should be them. Oh, my God, you're right. It should be them. Moxley or Balor? Balor. Carmella got 2 simps. Simp stereo, that's what she's got. It would make sense to do Peyton versus Asuka. Karate Buff says it's Big Beautiful Woman. Oh, that's nice. I'm down for that. Yeah, Nia's a BBW then. Reginald should win the Elimination Chamber and then go on to destroy Roman in 43 seconds. Then retain against Edge, says Zeros. Reginald should win Money in the Bank and then cash it in on a helpless young lady down after she's just lost a match, and he can slide in, get the pin on a lifeless female champion. He can win the championship and then have all of the women chasing after him. That he dreams of that, he does. He's still the dirtiest player in the game. Mystery person for Asuka could have been Rhea Ripley. Yeah, that's a good shout. Daniel Bryan making his way down. The Sasha Bianca story should not be this elaborate. It should just be Bianca wins the Rumble. She wants the title. Sasha wants to keep the title, and boom, done, booked. Bish, bash, bosh. Here comes Cesaro. Cesaro. 19 minutes. Is talking to Sammy's documentary team, and Sammy goes over to say a few words. Here comes Kevin Owens. He is the third man to wrestle a woman. They've already announced and built towards Dakota and Raquel versus Nia and Shayna, so it's obvious that they will retain. I don't know. I wonder. Oh, yes. Okay, I've got you. I was going to say, I thought you meant that if it was going to be... yeah, you are right. Well, are you right? Are you right? Because Dakota and Raquel are heels. So, let's think about this. Dakota and... Oh, it's so messy, isn't it? Because there's heels and faces going after that belt. Dakota and Raquel are heels, but Naomi and Lana are faces. So, and both have got future opportunities. So, it doesn't really matter if it's a face team that wins or a heel team that wins, because we're either going to get face versus face or heel versus heel. It's confusing, isn't it? It's a bit of a mess. I mean, heel versus heel, face versus face, I don't mind. I'm actually up for Nia and Shayna against Raquel and Dakota. Their face-to-face on Wednesday was excellent, so I'm really down for that match. But they could put the titles on Sasha and Bianca, and then you could do Sasha and Bianca versus Raquel and Dakota. Sasha and Bianca versus Lana and Naomi makes sense. That works. I don't know. They could change it. I don't think they will, but they could change it. But I still don't think they will. Right, we are underway. We are at our main event. Days, what's your thoughts on wrestling, Days? Overrated. Overrated. Thinks he's funny and he isn't. And honestly, I don't even know why YouTube allow it. Jason says, UFC, Holly Holm versus Pena has just been announced for May 8th. UFC Fight Night, Holm versus Pena. I love Holly Holm. I love watching her fight. So, yeah, that's good. J&L boys, shout out to you. WWE flip-flop heels and baby faces so much these days. One day they're heels, next day they're faces, then they're heels again. Yeah. Well, the only thing I would say is that we've been very critical of the tag titles. But at least they're doing something with them now. So, I'll give them that. Give them that. Days, who do you think Edge will pick for his champion match at WrestleMania? I'm going to say Roman. Cesaro comes in, goes straight after Corbin. Lovely uppercut to Sammy. Really laying in these shots. Hurls Sammy into the corner, charges after him. Big uppercut. Throws him across the ring. Uppercut again. Look at this. Just proper chucking him around from side to side, and again. Oh, boom. Sammy goes down. Rolls out the ring. Sammy going over by the barricade. Cesaro standing tall. Shouting at Jay and Baron throwing Sammy into the ring. Cesaro looking for the Cesaro swing. Here it is. Sammy's not putting his hands by his head. Ah, everyone does that. Everyone does that, but Sammy isn't. Sammy's flailing away. Ah, respect. Everyone does this when they go round, but Sammy didn't. Is Corbin going to do it? Here we go. Oh, Cesaro struggling with the size of Corbin. He's going to do it. He's doing it. He's doing it. Oh, he really struggled with the size of Corbin there, didn't he? I feel like that takes more out of Cesaro than it does out of his opponent. I feel like at the end of it, Cesaro's like, ah! Corbin's just going to get up and punch him in the face now. He struggled there a bit. Someone's been skipping gym day. Daddy. That might be the most concerning thing I've ever been sent in a chat. Hello, Jeremy. I don't know what your mother has told you, Jeremy, but thanks for the shout out. You are the best. Days, Reginald seems like a PG era Santino in the making. I'm a Cesaro stan, says BOD Talks. Nando said he was already dizzy. Days, what's your thoughts on the exploding barbed wire death match? Big fan. Super excited. I think if we're gonna... What I love is if we're gonna do death matches, if we have to do them, because I suppose there is a market for them, so if we have to do them, let's do them. Let's go for it. Yeah? Exploding barbed wire. I even said on Twitter, let's get rid of the mats. Let's put a pool, like all the way around the ring. Let's put in sharks and mermaids and stingrays. Let's put all of that in there as well. Exploding barbed wire. Let's make the ring out of broken glass. And let's go for it. If we're doing a death match, let's do a death match. Let's have Miley Cyrus on a wrecking ball, just constantly swinging through the ring in lots of different directions. You never quite know where she's going next. She's just coming down like this. Big demolition ball swinging away with sharks and exploding barbed wire. So, yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully they go that. Anything short of that is going to be a disappointment. I'm going to meet Angelina Love and get her autograph, says Lenny. WWE should put Al Bundy in a Celebrity Hall of Fame. He did take on King Kong Bundy and Queen Kong from POW. Nando says, Days, yeah, I hate wrestling, Days. Overrated. Febin says, Days, isn't Carly stronger than Corbin? Cesaro swinged Carly without botching. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I honestly would have thought he could have done it. I honestly thought he could have done it. I should imagine he's very disappointed with himself. There we go, look! There we go! He's like, I can't do this! He wanted to show that he could do it. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Well done, Cesaro. Cesaro's like, I don't care about this match anymore. I don't care if you're telling me to move on to the next thing. We are not moving on until I've shown the world that I can swing King Corbin. So there we go. He's very proud. He knows that everyone is going to be saying on Twitter that he was struggling. He's like, I'm taking them tweets away. Forget that. Nice drop kick by Jey Uso. Cesaro down in the corner. And Paul Heyman has joined on commentary. Days is a mega jobber. Harley says, exploding barbed wire deathmatch. Ha 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 ha. Have you seen that John Cena prank call where they're telling the woman false advertising and crazy stipulations? No. Haunted Radio says, Days, I wanted Seth as a heel, but as a type of heel, he was in the Authority, not like this. Not like this. Shireen says, Big D, are you okay? I'm good, thank you. I'm good. I'm excited for the weekend because, amazingly, Elimination Chamber, Sunday. In my mind, it's still like a week away. I don't know why. I don't feel like it's 48 hours away. So, that's good, isn't it? And we watched the best of Elimination Chamber yesterday. And that really did get me in the mood. There were some great matches on that. Some really great moments. I had a really good time with that stream, actually. Longer than I usually would do. But you guys are worth it. You're worth it. You're worth it. But I'll probably never do it again. But yeah, that was good. I enjoyed it. And so Sunday, we've got this year's event where I think we're all expecting every champion to retain. So there we go. On the road to WrestleMania. There's not been anything big yet, has there? You know, like, this is the road to WrestleMania. I'm still waiting for that moment, the big moments to happen. Do you know what I mean? Normally, you'd be waiting for, like, Undertaker to show who's he going to challenge. I don't know. You'd be expecting something. Haven't really had anything yet. Still early. Big clothesline to Cesaro. Going Ghost says, do you think we will get the same ending as last week? Stunner, 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 Batman! Probably. Probs. I mean, none of these are really friends because they're all facing each other on Sunday. So, yeah, I think there's a good chance of that. Good chance of that. Jeremy, constantly saying daddy. Mother. When you know what end will you stop doing live video? When you know what end? What do you mean, bud? What do you mean? The best of stream got more than Wednesday's stream. Yeah, there was a lot of people that joined us on that, for that, actually. I didn't really know what to expect when it comes to those kind of old watch-alongs. And certainly not from a watch-along that's not really like an old show. It's just a playlist, so I had no idea what to expect or if people would join us or enjoy it, but it seemed like people did join us and they did enjoy it. Yeah, you're right. We got more viewers for that than we did for our AEW NXT watch-along, which is madness. Madness, I tells you. But it does show the excitement for Elimination Chamber, doesn't it? It does show that people are really excited for this year's event. I do think it's exciting. I do like the SmackDown Chamber. I think it's got some good people in there that and quite a few that I would like to see win. And obviously then they get that immediate opportunity. The Raw one doesn't quite interest me as much, but I think it's still interesting. Nice. There we go. Super kick. By Kevin. Kevin is in the match. Cannonball onto Jay. Jay goes down. Daniel firing in some big kicks. You think the Weekend will perform? The Weekend will perform on the weekend. Where is the exploding barbed wire? Even the Weekend didn't have that at the Super Bowl. Blue Thunder Bomb and Cesaro makes the save. Corbin comes in. This match quite fast paced now. Out the ring goes Cesaro. Days, I would love to see a Cesaro swing on Brock and Braun. Corbin down. Owens down. Edge and Reigns versus Max and Ruby. Yes. Roman is defo gonna come out at the end. Warsaw Till I Die says, Days, don't forget Extreme Rules is the better than Exploding Barbed Wire Deathmatch. Sammy has tapped to Daniel's crossface. So Daniel Bryan getting it done. Yes, yes, yes. It's yes in a way. He's got King Corbin standing behind. But we go to... I thought King Corbin was about to attack, but we actually go to a replay. I feel today is the day that SmackDown is turning heel on us. Well, let me just remind you, this was a go-home. I'm always worried for go-homes. The concern is always that there's not really anything that needs to be done on a go-home. It's just remind you what the matches are, so there's not really any shocks or surprises that you tend to get on go-homes, because it's all done. Stunner. Exploder. Uppercut. Super kick, missed by a mile. Spear by Edge. Edge got involved. Oh, spear by Roman. Roman got involved. Yeah. That was good, wasn't it? This Sunday, Roman standing tall, holding up the blue universal, standing above a fallen Edge. It's not. I didn't really need that 6-man tag match, but I get it. It's classic go home. But gotta say, man, gotta say that's a sexy finish, innit? With everyone getting their little spots in. And then out of nowhere, Edge with a spear. And then out of nowhere, Roman with a spear. Nice. Awesome ending. Would you want the Authority back? Ooh. When they were there, we didn't want them. No. I still don't want them. I still don't want them. I think there's other things we could do. I think there's other things. I don't mind an Authority figure. I think Adam Pearce has been great, actually. And very interesting, as we said, that he's like a face Authority figure. If you think about the Authority in the past, they were heels. But Adam Pearce is a face. And that's an interesting way of doing it. So, no, I wouldn't bring him back. But it is nice to see Vince once in a while. Right, get your scores in. Get your scores in. Hayden with an 8. Ninus with a 10. XFL with a 6. Desmond with a 625. Scott with an 8. Wrestling Days fan with a 6. Austin 316 with a 6.5. Legendary Buchanan with an 8. Kieran with an 875. Sunny with an 8. J&L Boys 9.75. Help me, I need Dr. B says best ending in a while, 10 out of 10. It was a 7 out of 10 show. 625 or 7. 8.5, 8.5, 8, 7, 8, 7, 6, 9, 7.2, 6.5, 9, 8.5, 8.5, 7, 7, 6.25, 7, 6.25. Constable Corbin was cool. I agree, Mr. KW. Cole Hugs says 8.3. Amir 6.25. AJ said I would say 7 because the ending was decent. Desmond says 6.25. Yeah. Bit of a mixed bag there. I feel like people really I can't just all of a sudden go like, yeah, that ending was good because of like that final few seconds. I reckon this was average. Yeah. I reckon this was average. I'm gonna say 6. I'll go 6.5 because that was the same as Austin. And me and Austin are always the same. And for 1 week, I'm going to have it so that he doesn't have to change his score. How about that? Me and Austin always have the same score. And I've got a sneaky suspicion he always changes his, but I can't prove it. I probably could prove it, but I can't prove it. But this week, I'm not going to have him change his score. Me and Austin, we're going to agree. Thomas E0504, shout out to you, my friend. Thank you very much. Really appreciate the support. Welcome. BT Sport has now flipped over to Blades and Lewis. What a firefight that's going to be. Austin says, thank you, Days. BBBY Yipsy says, exploding barbed wire death match would have been perfect for Sabu versus Mick Foley. Connor Horn, welcome as well, my friend. Shout out to you. Another member of the channel. Sonny says, nice. There we go. James says he does change it. Oh, does he? I always had a little sneaky suspicion that he did. But, yeah, I mean, I'm around a 6.5, 6.75, that kind of ballpark anyway, so. It was going to remain a 6.75 like earlier, but that ending was great, so I'll go 7, says Harley. I think that's very fair. Legend Buchanan says, I can prove it. No one can prove it. Legend Buchanan, no one can. It's just rumors. It's rumors and hearsay. If you think you've seen it, then your eyes have deceived you. 360 Wavy 21. Shout out to you, my friend. Welcome. Lovely to see new people joining us all the time. New people are always welcome. So shout out to you, dude. Jordan says it's my birthday today. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. NXT 205 match. Bolly Rise, which is Bollywood Boys and Everrise versus Big Match. Mansoor, Kurt Stallion, Jake Atlas, and Ashante the Adonis. There we go. Big Match Mansoor competing right now on NXT 205. Edge jumping in. Roman jumping in. Yes, 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 says Laurie. Right. I think we're done. I mean, there's not really loads to talk about, if I'm being honest. I mean, normally we stick around for like 15 minutes after if there's like lots of talking points, but there wasn't, if I'm being perfectly honest. There wasn't. This was a go home for Elimination Chamber. Of course, we are streaming that. We will start an hour before the kickoff show. So we always tend to start an hour before anyway. But yeah, we'll do predictions, round up the news, talk the latest rumors, go through everything. Then obviously we go through the kickoff show, and then we're here for the main show as well. So we will start at least an hour before, probably an hour before, might even be earlier, but probably an hour before. So that's on Sunday. Obviously, we've got Blades and Lewis tomorrow. Big UFC show, starting a bit earlier than usual. It's got 15 fights on, so there's loads of fights. So if you are joining us for UFC, make sure you check the time, because I've got a feeling that it starts around about 4:30 Eastern. It might be a touch later now that one of the fights has gone, but I've got a feeling that it is quite an early one, because there's 14 fights now. So, yeah, just be aware of that. And I think that's it, I think that's it. So really do appreciate people joining us. I hope you had a good time. And hope you have a great weekend, great evening wherever you are and whatever you're doing. As we said, busy weekend for us. So hopefully I'll see you at some point. But if not, of course, we are back next week for Raw, NXT, AEW, SmackDown. The road to WrestleMania continues. Awesome, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Really appreciate the support as always. And hopefully see you again next time. Bye for now.